is going on, ladies and gentlemen? That's right, it's time for another edition of Darts Night on Twitch, here presented by the FODL, the first online dart league, the FODL. I'm your man Rob, aka Radar, hanging out with you in the booth this evening for the triple header action that we have coming your way. All these matches taking place for Game Week 2. We got a couple of FODL A matches premiering our top division, as well as a FODL B division matchup, which should be nothing to scoff at. Should be a good one. Looks like we got 17 viewers in the party right now, including the likes of Congra Darts, the Fireman, Jules Echo, the Kilth, and DJ Mike Hughes. So a little bit low right now, but I'm sure more people will be trickling in as the night progresses. But in the meantime, let's get it started, and it's time to meet the players. In this first matchup, it's going to be the Nooch, throwing out of Long Beach, California. Last season, he finished third place in the FODL A division, throwing with the 23-gram Unicorn Ando Phase 3 darts, #Noochalicious. Going up against the former champion Lazer Cat, throwing out of Austin, Texas. Last season, he finished 10th in the FODL A, was able to maintain his FODL A status by winning the AB promotion playoffs. He's throwing with 24-gram Harrow's Chizzy darts, #ZapZap, meow. And let's look at the standings. Whoops, that's the wrong page. Let's click it back over to what we actually want to be looking at. That's the screen I'm looking for. There we go. That's what we're looking at right now in FODL A. Newcomer Congra currently sitting atop the standings. He's played 2 matches. He's won total 12 legs. He's got a couple of bonus points on the board. He's got 26 points. Left Hand Hooligan and DeGrubs have both played their second game week match as well. So Left Hand Hooligan in second, DeGrubs in third, although that's a narrow margin. 26, 23, 22 is what we're looking at. Deadhead Darter, he is at the bottom. He's in 10th. And he has played 2 matches and won one leg. He's in a lot of trouble early, but we'll see how we're doing here. Nooch currently in 6th place with 10 points. Lazer Cat currently in 8th place, or tied for the 7th place, I should say, with 8 points. So again, early in the season, still moves to be made. These players trying to make them. They're going to try to make them right here tonight. Looking at the schedule, here we go for Game Week 2. This is the 3rd of 5 matches for Game Week 2 in our FODL A division. For our bonus points that we have, Congra got a 9 mark once again. Congra with a 3.69 MPR leg. Left Hand Hooligan has the best 501 dart leg with a 17 darter. Both Congra and Left Hand Hooligan have thrown a maximum 180 for the highest 501 throw. Nobody said anything for the best checkout yet. I'm not sure if those bonuses are the correct numbers, so I'll have to get back, but it's saying minimum of 70. I thought it was higher. I thought we raised that bar for A, but it could be 70. 70 is still pretty good, so I don't know. Maybe nobody's got that. I'll double check, maybe. Looking at the statistics here, this is what we got through one game week. So again, from one match played, the Nooch, number 3 in cricket with a 3.0 even MPR. Lazer Cat's 8th with a 2.66. So both these players coming out of the gate well in cricket. And this percentage is pretty good, right around 30%. Nooch at 28, Lazer Cat 31. Treble and bull, you see some separation. The Nooch, 1 out of every 4 darts he has thrown in that first week was a treble or bull. So 25%, Lazer Cat at 15. Although Lazer got the higher 5 mark percentage, 14% to 11. So while Nooch might be hitting more trebles and bulls, Lazer doing a little bit more with the scoring. Although, again, 5.3% for the 7 marks for Nooch, 0 for Lazer. So, you know, take that for what it is. Both players have won 1 of 2 legs, 50%. And the opponent 3-dart averages are high, 2.95 and 3.05. In 501, Nooch with, again, an advantage, although this time it's a little bit more slight, 55.0. So Nooch pretty even right now, 3.0 and 55.0. Even. That's crazy, especially going to 2 decimal places. Lazer Cat's 16th with a 53.07. First 9s, both over 60. Average finishes in the 20s. Ton plus percentage, again, leaning in Lazer Cat's favor. So the 5 mark and ton plus is going for Lazer Cat, as is the 140s. Nooch didn't have any 140s. Neither player's got a 180 yet on the season. Although Nooch was able to win more of his legs in that first one, which is why he's got 2 points more. We're going to throw it over to the split view here, and we're going to bring our player audio back in this one. So again, it's a FODL A division matchup which means we do cork to see who is going to have the throw, which appears to have been won by the Nooch. We're going to play 9 legs. So the first 2 will be cricket. The last 7 will be 501. And if our players are ready to get things underway, we will get darts in the air. Lazer Cat, are you ready?
Shelby, here.
Nooch, are you ready?
I'm ready, Radar.
Both of our players are ready, which means it's time to get Darts Night on Twitch started. The Nooch to throw first. Game on!
Shoot well, Nooch. Shoot well, Lazer Cat.
Looks like a bout of 3 steady 20s to get things started off for the Nooch. Lazer Cat getting the match started with his traditional Shelby beer call, and he also had thrown a bounce out right before it happened, so will that be telling? Who knows?
1-9.
A single 19 for Lazer Cat, missing a couple right into the 3. Let's see, we're up to 24 viewers now, so we've gotten a couple people trickling in here. Let's see. So DJ Mike Hughes says, I'm just here to lose beef bucks, and I think we should start calling him AKA Radar, because I said my name's Rob, AKA Radar, also known as.
3 nuts.
I don't know if that's really necessary. Nooch going to get a single 19 of his own. Lazer Cat back to the board. He'll be the first one with points on as he gets 3 19s. So both players at 2.0 NPR right now. Your dad's GF joining. Captain Geechee joining as well. Slappy Pappy T80. DJ Mike Hughes and doxing your dad's GF pretty hard right now.
3 nuts.
There's 3 19s for Lazer Cat. Nooch again had gotten 1 and 1, was trying to close but couldn't get the 19s buttoned up. Lazer Cat's going to score pretty effectively on it right now. There's a nice third dart from the Nooch, finding that treble for 4 20s to blaze it and get back on top in points. Needed that treble. Lazer, though, he's going to find a trouble with his first dart, and he'll match with a 4 mark. 3 19s and a single 20. Went for the hero dart, missed low, came back down for points with his final dart, but missed. So now players starting to get heated up. They've each found a treble. And Nooch is going to find another one to salvage that turn. Missed with the first 2, but the treble 20 with the last still adds 60 points to the tally.
2 nuts.
2 19s for Lazer Cat. FODL League in the chat saying, what is this crop job? Let's deal with it. That's what it is. There's a single 20, single 19, single 18 all around the world for the Nooch, but he gets the point lead back, closes off the 19s, and moves right on over to 18s immediately.
1-7.
Lazer starts off at 19s, missed with his first, then dropped down to 17s where he gets a single. Nooch looking to plow right ahead on the 18s, although he's finding a bunch of 4s here in the early goings. A second 18 coming in, so just a single mark for the Nooch. Not a whole lot of punishment. Going to give Lazer Cat an opportunity here off of the 17s.
4-7.
And he'll take advantage with that third dart. A nice deflection off the barrel into that treble. And he takes the point lead back by 25. Your dad's GF asking what beef bucks are. Beef bucks are what we've called our channel points. So you can do a lot of different things with them where you can highlight messages and you can bet them on who you think's going to win. Speaking of who you think's going to win, that's a big turn from Lazer Cat. A treble 17 with his first, and there's a 5 mark for him as he closes off 20s with darts 2 and 3. And he takes the lead now for the first time in this leg. But the Nooch already's got a pair of 18s. So that first one will close it, and he's found the treble bed with that second dart. It's a 5-mark response from the Nooch. 4 18s and a single 17. He dropped down with the last, looking for that treble on the hero. Couldn't find it, was just below, but it was close. Lazer Cat back to the board, working on 17s, adding points. 51 points added, 3 single 17s. Once again, the point battle is right back on. It was 20s and 19s early. Now it's 18s and 17s. Beautiful first dart from the Nooch into the center of that treble 18. He found the treble 17 as well. It's a 6 mark coming in for the Nooch. Treble 18. The treble 17 is only going to count for 2 and a single 16 as he moves across. Lazer with a couple of tough darts with the first and second. Right above the treble in the next door, treble 8. Then right below it in the corner of that single 7, pretty much blocked off the treble 16. He stayed with the last. It deflected high into the treble 8 as well. And Nooch is going to punish another 5 mark for him. 2 16s to close, moves over to 15s, and he finds the treble. That's going to push Lazer Cat to the center. Nooch heating up in the second half of this first leg of cricket. Single bull start for Lazer Cat. Whoa, there's a bounce out for the Nooch, though, to start. See ya! But will it matter? That looks like a bullseye with the second. And he's going to get a single with the third. It's a 3-bull finish despite a bounce out. And the Nooch takes the first leg of cricket in style. Game shot. And the leg going to the Nooch as he finishes that one with a 3.2. Lazer Cat's going to have darts in hand as we move to the second leg of cricket. Game on. Everyone impressed. Greatly impressed with how the Nooch finished that leg off. Lazer Cat electing to punt here as he gets started off with a miss. Going to afford Nooch an opportunity to go after the 20s. He'll only get a pair. Only 2, so it's not yet closed. Let's see how Lazer Cat elects to play this. He goes aggressively as he finds the treble 20 with the first dart. Drop down for 19s. With the second and third, but missed on each account. Kind of surprised he didn't elect to try to get some points. So Nooch is going to get 2 19s and then go back up and close the 20s. So Nooch is back out in front as no points were scored. Points will be scored now, though. 4 19s for Lazer Cat. That third one deflecting, hanging on by a thread in that sisal of the treble 19. So now Nooch on the move again. 19 points making all the difference. But the Nooch answers with 4 18s himself, trailing by just a single point. This time Lazer Cat is going to take the opportunity to score. 3 steady 19s for the Lazer Cat as he extends the point lead. Those darts are very close. I can't see around that first dart, but it's right around the treble 18. And there you go. They're both in the treble 18. 6 18s for the Nooch. A huge visit. Lazer Cat only able to get a single 19. So the Nooch, once again, just firing here in this cricket portion. We've seen him play some excellent cricket. Again, his MPR was 3.0 coming into this one. And he's going to continue to push the envelope. A 5 mark for the Nooch to back up the 6, single 19, the treble 17, and a single 16. And Lazer's going straight to the center. Not going to mess around with the 15s or 16s yet. He gets a single bull. Nooch looking to keep that MPR elevated. 4 16s, keeping him at a 4.0. Lazer just looking to get anything going, get some more points. At this point, it figures the bull worth 25 apiece, even though you can only get singles and doubles. Probably his best option to try to close the point gap. Nooch is content to go after the 15s and 16s. This time just 2 15s, so dropping off just a little bit. But still, all he needs is 15 and bull. Lazer Cat just trying to get anything going here. Really just might even just trying to get a little confidence boost going in towards 501. Single bull for him. There's the close of 15s for the Nooch. He'll move right over to the center, but comes up empty, so just the 1 mark in the 15s, but he's looking for 3 to finish off this leg. And it's another single, so Lazer Cat has the bullseye closed. Hasn't yet scored on it. Nooch trying to finish. And he'll do so with the third dart. A stray single 16 with the first bullseye, and then a 25 for the completion of the leg. Game shot and the leg. Nooch only needing 1 turn on the bulls in both legs. Nooch is going to have the darts after sweeping the cricket portion as we move over to 501. Game on! King Rodge Computer people, how do I exit full screen mode, like window, escape key? It was one of the F keys. It was probably F11, I would guess. That's my guess. 45, start things off for the Nooch. FO Dart League throwing in the Baffled Cat.
81.
There's a nice 81, though. Get him started. He'll get down to 420. Blaze it. Congra asking what his cricket leg was. It was something in the 3.6 range, but it's safe for now. Nooch, however, answered back off that 81 with 100 of his own, and it's going to be 45 for Lazer Cat. So each player in the early goings, a treble on the board as well as a 45 on the board. Ooh, just a narrow miss for the Nooch there. Speed limit 55. Third dart into the treble 5, just on the wrong side of the wire. Lazer Cat embedded in the center of that treble. 2100 scored, and he takes the lead. His first 9 75s, Nooch 67. This is the standard we expect here in FODL A at this point. And there's a 46 coming in for the Nooch. Lazer Cat looking for a couple of big trebles, potentially get on a finish.
45.
Just 45 scored, down to 230. Nooch, you can get to a big finish with 1 treble. He'll need it on his final dart, though. Just 60 scored, but it's a solid 60, keeping that average above 60. Still, Lazer Cat against the throw here, playing well. He matches with 60 himself, and he's the first one to a finish as he leaves the big fish. Nooch looking to put pressure on from 195. Pressure certainly going to be applied after that first one. 105 scored from the Nooch as he gets down to 90.
Oh.
And Lazer put in his 60 for the scoreboard to...
It showed up on Nooch's for me.
All right, might need a refresh from the Nooch then.
So I refreshed my scoreboard. It shows 60 for his last turn, him at 195, and he's still at 230. Or do I see that? Oh, I guess okay. I just fat fingered it. All right, sorry.
Was I 60 on my last throw?
You were 105.
No, I was 60.
My last throw was 60 scored, right?
The 60 and then the 105. So yeah, you put in the 105 and we're back on track here.
Okay, yeah.
And then we're going over Lazer Cat. And it will be off for the attempt at the big fish. Liberty Fires safely put the wallet away here. Speed limit 55 for Lazer Cat. The Nooch requires 90. Or the dart for double 5. Just outside on the attempt at double 5. Good work there from the Nooch. 80 scored. Leaves him 10. Lazer looking for 115. He will not be able to finish, but looking to keep the heat on. 59 scored. Gets down to 56. Nooch requires 10. Inside now has cleanup work. 1 dart for double 4. Or correction, double 2. 4 total. Double 2. Misses outside. 6 scored. Lazer Cat requires 56. 2 for tops. And the third dart is inside. 36 scored. Leaves the Rascal back to Nooch for 4. And he's got it with the second dart just into the corner. Game shot and the leg to the Nooch. So he's got 3 on the spin now. To start off this match, Lazer Cat, darts in hand to throw first. Game on. Rough deflection there on the final dart. 40 scored. This time, Lazer Cat coming in to start things off. Congra saying the new stress of watching bonus points potentially disappear is cool and also shite.
60.
It's always nerve-wracking, especially when you feel like you've thrown a really good leg and then you're like, what's happening? 60 scored again for the Nooch. So the Nooch again wants off to a good start. Lazer Cat's going to go off to a pretty good start as well. 40, 60, 85 for him. Certainly not going to go anywhere anytime soon. And it's going to be 44 this time for the Nooch. Again, MPRs, correction, 3-dart averages, now that we're in the 501 portion, over that 60 threshold for both players in the first 9. And Lazer Cat's going to keep it steady with 60 more points. And this time it's going to be 41 from the Nooch.
Oh, sorry.
So both players after 12 darts. Even Steven at 256. Lazer Cat's going to take that opportunity and get himself down to a finish. 100 scored down to 156. That brings his 3-dart average to 69, which is nice. Nooch looking to do the same, maybe even better. Well, that's going to be 92. So it does leave an out, 164, but Lazer Cat first opportunity, 156. It will be off. Still, he's looking to plug along. A nice solid 60 again gets him under 100. The Nooch requires 164. That's going to be off as well. That looks like it's 60 also. So both players with 60s in the scoring in the checkout portion. Lazer just under 100.
God,
The
fucking
Nooch
asshole, 40.
just over 100. And it's going to be 40 scored this time for Lazer down to 56. Nooch requires 104. He will not get there. 44 scored to leave 60. Lazer Cat looking for 56. It's the double 16 instead of the single. But he's moving over to double 12 appropriately.
32.
But he stacks a couple on the wrong side of the wire. 32 scored down to 24 remaining. Nooch combination 60. This is the big number. Can he recover? He can. He'll only have one look at the double.
Oh,
And it sails high on him. 20 scored. Back over to Lazer Cat looking for 24. That's a good marker. Oh, that's a wayward dart into the next door neighbor. Double. Can't clean up. Double 7. 10 scored. 14 remaining. Nooch 40. It looks to be just low with the shadow. And then Rascal saying no. 20 scored for the Nooch. Lazer Cat requires 14.
All right.
And he'll find it on the first dart. Game shot and the leg to Lazer Cat. Zap, zap, meow. As he gets on the board, stops the bleeding, gets a hold of throw on double 7. Nooch drops his first leg, but he's coming right back to the board with darts in hand. Game on. Nooch with a beautiful start there, 140. The second and third darts, the one finding the treble. He had all that open room on the left half of it after the first 2 darts were stacked up in the right side, and he used it nicely. Lazer Cat going to respond with a breakfast. Single 5, single 20, single 1. And as we do here in the FODL, we ask an official breakfast question for the first breakfast of every single match. Again, we got a triple header, which means we got the potential for 3 total breakfasts tonight, or breakfast questions tonight. So, let us ponder. Ponder, 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 ponder. And think. All right, this has probably been asked. Actually, I'm almost positive it has. We'll just go with an either-or question. We'll go either-or. We'll start it off here. Which do you prefer, 27 viewers out there? Pop-Tarts or toaster strudel? Let me know. Let me know and let me know why. 29 viewers now. We got up to 29. Which do you prefer, Pop-Tarts or toaster strudel, and why?
72.
72 scored for Lazer Cat. He's off to a rough start. Nooch off to another great start. He's on a finish already after 12. 164, and it's on. Oh, narrow miss on the treble 18, but had the first dart to get it started in the treble 20. So Nooch still waiting to throw his last dart, and now it comes in. There's 62 scored down to 102. Lazer already got his darts in the board, and that looks like a little speed limit, 55. Nooch requires 102. Oh, there's a bounce out again. See ya for the Nooch. And he's going to score 45. Leave himself 57. Lazer Cat well back. Needs a couple of trebles. Actually, only potentially needs one. So did some good math there. Going to be 86 as he missed the bull. If he had found the outer ring or the bullseye, would have put him on a finish. Nooch requires 57. He'll have 2 for tops. Inside over to Rascal. And Rascal's going to say no, but Nooch will be coming back to the board with 20 left. Lazer Cat back at 189. So looking for another treble. Keep things rolling. He's got it on the second dart.
85.
And it's going to be 85 scored down to 104. The Nooch looking for 20. Rascal say yes this time. He will not. That's inside. Jumping over to double 5. And he'll find it with the third dart. Game shot and the leg going to the Nooch. As he gets another one right back. He gets a hold of throw in response to Lazer's. Lazer, you hear the call for another beverage. Things not going his way right now. Although, again, you see the numbers. It's pretty close. So Lazer Cat's scoring pretty well that last leg withstanding. But just not able to get over the line here. He's got the darts in hand to get it going, though. Game on. We're going into the breakfast question answers here. Fireman saying toaster strudel, easy. Chatterer 9 saying gross. Not sure if he's saying gross to toaster strudel or gross to the question in general. Gil's Echo says toaster strudel and it's not even close. Kilf asking, aren't they the same thing? They're not the same thing. Congress says he's never had either of them, but that doesn't surprise me being in the UK and, you know, things like that. Shadow Tilt says Pop-Tarts, the OG garbage breakfast or post-club munchie. Fireman says Pop-Tarts are very dry compared to toaster strudel. Your dad's GF says toaster strudel because the dough is softer, fluffier, and the icing is better and not just crusted on like Pop-Tarts. Gilzeka said if Pop-Tarts had a warmable icing, I'd consider. Kilf says, wait, you can't put Pop-Tarts in a toaster?
41.
Repat 180's in the chat. He says occasional Pop-Tart, but he's never had a toaster strudel, so that's why he's going with Pop-Tarts. I mean, can only go with what you know. That's a fact. There's 80 scored. Nooch using the double ring here in the scoring portion. Yota JMU says toaster strudel infinitely better. Kilf says he's never had a toaster strudel, so he's first comes in making a claim of aren't they the same things, then says he's never had one of them. These are bold strategies. Like, how are you going to come in and be like, aren't they the same? I mean, I've never had one of them to even compare, but aren't they the same? Go eat a toaster strudel. Tell me if it's the same as a Pop-Tart. Do it. Do it. Kilf says he also didn't have a Pop-Tart till he's 31. What happened in your childhood? I feel bad for you, Kilf. I'm sorry. Back into the darts. Again, Lazer Cat looks like he threw another breakfast, so if he didn't answer or didn't answer the question, because we're up to 36 viewers now, so since we asked the question, we've added about 8 viewers. Pop-Tarts or toaster strudel, which one do you prefer and why? And there's 60 scored for the Nooch. That leaves him on a finish, 158. You're a little bit of a reaction there after. Feels like he's throwing the darts well, and again, the misses were very close to that treble. Here comes Lazer, though. Nice 99 there from 219. That'll leave the Shanghai 120, but first, the Nooch from 158. It will be off the first dart low on that treble 20 visit. It's going to be 44 scored from the Nooch down to 114. Lazer Cat requires 120. Cannot find the treble with the second.
44.
44 scored this time from Lazer Cat, and he'll leave 76. Nooch bars 114. And Nooch goes back and forth for 58 scored, sneaking that third one in. Lazer from 76. He'll have 2 at double 8, inside double 4.
Nope.
And that's just kissing the wire there. You see it on your screen. A micrometer, as the criminal would say. Leaves 4. Nooch 56. And he goes pop, pop for the break. Game shot and the leg to the Nooch as he secures a match victory with a pop, pop 56 finish, going up 5-1. Again, we play 9 legs, which means 5 victories guarantees the win. However, with the point structure based on the number of leg wins, we play all 9 in the regular season, so we still have 3 to go. Nooch to throw first. Game on.
I wanted to go pop, pop.
The kill. What happened in your childhood? Nutrition. Sounds awful. I feel like as a child, that's when you're supposed to eat all the crap that's like awful for you because you still have the metabolism that can handle it, rather than now that I'm like 30. Well, I'm actually almost 32. That's coming up. Right. Yikes. Where I start eating, I can't eat the way I used to, like when I was a kid. I'm not a huge guy, but I remember as a kid, I used to be pretty skinny. In high school, after a baseball game, the baseball team went to CC's. If you're not familiar with CC's, it's like an all-you-can-eat pizza buffet place. It's really kind of crappy pizza because obviously it's a buffet and it's $5 a person. But I mean, it's awesome when you're in high school and you don't really know anything about food and you're just looking to eat as much as physically possible. We had a pizza eating contest where you just didn't eat your crusts so that you could count at the end. And as a 16-year-old that was 5'11" and like 155, 160 pounds, I ate 27 pieces of pizza, 12 cinnamon rolls, and 8 brownies without thinking about it. If I did that now, I would just die, I'm pretty sure. And then I would also gain 400 pounds after I died. Nooch with a beautiful darts there in the middle of my soliloquy about going to CC's and winning a pizza eating contest. Nice 140. After he got off to a slow start. It's 79. A little fat finger action from Lazer Cat. He can fix that on the comeback. Nooch down at 230. He'll be on a finish. How good's it going to be? 100 scored from the Nooch. 140, 100 to get down to the baby fish at 130. So Lazer Cat going to reset his score there for 79 instead of 100. And then it'll be back to him when he's back at 284. So the Nooch, 2 massive turns back to back to really put the pressure on. Lazer going to need a 2 treble visit to get to an out. So won't find it here, but a solid 60 again. Continues to pour in decent scores, but the Nooch just overpowering at the moment. 130 will be off. And that's one way to score 90. A pair of treble 5s. Found the treble 20 with the last to set up tops. And he'll be coming back for it. He'll be coming back a couple of times for it. Lazer Cat just 28 there, gets down to 196. But Nooch is only going to need a singular dart to cap it off. Game shot and the leg going to the Nooch with a tidy little 19 darter. As he's starting to find his stride. Lazer Cat trying to find his sea legs. He's got darts in hand. Game on! Looking in here, we got some more answers. Alky Dart says Pop-Tarts, they're less work. Open the package and enjoy. That is true. They are less work. They're not frozen. Buffalo Brando says Pop-Tarts because I can eat them right out of the box. So he's on the Alky train. So all you got to do is just pull them out. You don't have to do anything. Gules Echo posing an alternate breakfast question of what's the maximum number of toaster strudels you think you could eat in a sitting? That's all right. Yocha Jamie says he's confident he could eat one more than anybody else. Bunch of 45s to start off this leg. 4 of them, in fact. Will the trend continue? It will not. Lazer Cat's going to break the streak here with 60. King Rodge 10 says he ate 67 wings in one sitting. Is that good? That's pretty good.
It's 5.
And 55, a speed limit again for Lazer Cat.
Good golly.
And just 41 from the Nooch. So he's got that one treble that's got him slightly out in front. Otherwise, a competitive leg here.
60.
And Lazer Cat with another solid 60. So neither player stretching out a lead. Nooch with another very close dart. It's a good adjustment on the second. Could be a good adjustment with the third 123 this time from the Nooch. As he slides over off the first, keeps the darts nice and level, just adjust left a little bit, which was all he needed to find 2 trebles. There's just 30 from Lazer. Nooch now from 162, starting to find the range again late. 100 scored from the Nooch. So once again, he backs up a 2 treble visit with a ton. All of a sudden, the pressure is on Lazer Cat. And he'll go just next door into the treble with his first dart also.
68.
Hey, but he's going to salvage it with the last 68 is enough to get him to a finish with the Nooch down at 62. Nooch actually had to check that one, whether it was in the treble or if it was a single 10. Must have been a single, but he misses the big 12. And he finds a single 11 after, so Nooch going to leave himself 32. Lazer Cat going to have a shot here from 138. It will be off. And it's going to be 28 scored, down to 110. Nooch requires 32. Inside, next door to double 8. And that misses outside. 3 attempts gone awry for the Nooch. Lazer Cat requires 110. Lazer had a shot at the 110 finish. 1 dart for tops. Some good math there. Could not connect. Just a little bit high, but certainly pressure now on the Nooch for 16. First 2 are outside, trying to walk it in. Can't use the third as a guide. All 3 darts stay out. It's a miss, and Lazer Cat is going to come back to the board looking for tops.
I deserve
and he'll
happiness.
find it with the first one. Game shot and the leg to Lazer Cat as he gets another one on the board. He says he deserves to be happy. I don't know about that, but he at least earns that leg by getting the double ring and makes it 6-2, getting another leg on the board. We are moving to the final leg of the first match in tonight's triple header. The Nooch to throw first. Game on.
You jerk.
And it's going to be 40 scored. Start things off for the Nooch.
28.
And 28 scored. There's a lot of chat now. So this was a pretty simple practice question, but everyone's talking. Maybe it was more the story of when I was younger and was able to eat anything I wanted. Because now there's just so much conversation about how much of something people think you could eat. Yota JMU asking, how many bloomin' onions do you think you could eat? Yota JMU says I could go 4. He thinks that he could eat 4. Gil's Echo says he thinks that he would be only able to get 2.5. Yota JMU qualifying, saying he would definitely be puking later after eating 4. Your dad's GF says, anytime people eat mass amounts of food like that, the only thing I can think about is what a monster deuce they're going to have to take later.
45.
And then Yota JMU rightly wondering what Joey Chestnut's bowel movements look like on July 5th after the hot dog eating contest. I can't imagine they're pretty. Can't imagine any of that's pretty. Well, I mean, I love watching the hot dog eating contest. It's one of the best things to watch. Who knows?
And bowel movements, for that matter. God, 7.
And Surgical coming in from the Lazer Cat. Just 7 scored. Final leg. Again, worth the same 2 points as all the others. It's a little bit slower going here. Nooch trying to pick it up there. That's a good cover shot. Drop it down to 19's. Buried in the center of that trouble for 82. They're got to get something to recover after the 7. 60 scored. Good grouping with the first two. Couldn't get enough of the barrel to deflect down into the trouble with that second dart. And Nooch going to get 55, which leaves 163, which will probably earn him an eye roll or two in the chat there. There's 95 from Lazer Cat, trying to punish as best he can, because the Nooch not on a finish yet, so he will be there next turn. But Lazer Cat is now within the ballpark, can keep the pressure on and get to a finish himself. The Nooch only gets a breakfast there for 26, so Lazer with a big turn and certainly make this last leg in the balance.
41.
And it's going to be 41 for Lazer Cat, which leaves him on a bogey. Nooch 137 will not happen. 59 scored, leaves 78. Lazer Cat trying to keep pressure on now from 165. Nooch will be back to the board on that 78.
57.
And just 57, narrowly finding the 25 there in the center. Nooch now from 78. Gonna make things a little interesting. Hitting the 4 with his first. And Nooch missing by a narrow margin once again. Wanted the treble 14, but hit the treble 9 instead.
What do I want to do?
Debating what he wants to do now. He wanted the 15 to leave 32. Instead, he hits the 2 to leave 45. 33 total scored. Lazer 108. It's going to be off, but that appears to be 88 to leave 20. Nooch requires 45. He's got 2 for tops, and he goes pop, pop to take it home. Game, shot, and the match going to the Nooch as he makes it 7-2 on the scoreline. Oh my God, this is aggressive. I don't know what just happened. Things are happening. It's like Blair Witch Project on the right side of the screen right now.
Yeah.
As Nooch is going to take home a
I'm so
7-2
scared.
7-2 victory. Oh, what happened here? It's all right. I can just rotate it. I can rotate. Oh,
I got you. Wait,
All right,
dude,
what-
is it seriously? Hold on, just why is this thing not? Okay, now I don't know what's going on with this.
It's all good. We're gonna go to the interview portion of this one.
There we go.
And we'll go to Lazer Cat first whenever he is prepped
Yeah.
and
all right.
ready
Wow.
for it.
Hold on, beer's back here. Not good, Bob. Good shooting Nooch, though. I don't know what happened.
We'll go over Lazer Cat. So he's gonna say good shooting the Nooch, and he says he wasn't great himself, although coming in. 55 average. The cricket maybe not the best after that second leg, but 55 average. It's not going to win you FODL A, but it'll keep you competitive in a lot of these matches here at this point. But talk to us a little bit about your performance, Lazer, because again we've seen you kind of start to try to find that fire again, and we saw it late last season where we've seen that competitive edge from you. We've seen a little bit more practice time out of you. And you're starting to get that trend in the right direction from a couple of seasons ago when you did win that championship. So talk to us about how you were feeling coming into tonight and then how you felt your performance matched up.
Yeah, I mean, like, overall, kind of with, like, darts life, I'm feeling better than I have in, like, 9 months. Just, like, kind of looking forward to post-COVID darting action and everything. Today, I was trying to warm up and just could not get, like, my mentality right. I couldn't get my eyes to like focus right on the dartboard. Just sometimes I'll show up and just like really be able to dial in like the stuff I talked about last season, kind of working on with the darts, a new throw, new kind of eye mechanism, just like new everything with mechanics. And when it's on, it's on. But when I'm not feeling it, then I'm kind of like just adrift at sea. Just not really knowing like kind of what exactly is going on. I didn't feel like that adrift today, but honestly, I felt like it was pretty good. But Nooch was just punishing.
Yeah, he really was again, and I feel like for the most part, there were a couple legs where the scoring got away from you. For the most part, you were pretty much there in the scoring, but the doubling got away from you a little bit. And when he got an opportunity, he didn't give you another one. I mean, he had 2 or 3 pop finishes after you missed a double. Did that start to kind of pile on? Did that start to work against you, where it was almost a demoralizing factor, where you miss one, you see him come back and respond with a combination finish?
I think what was more demoralizing was like, he wasn't doing it every time, right? Like, I'm not going to sit here and say, like, oh, I was throwing so great and he was just perfect enough. Like, I think we were both, a couple degrees off of that sort of level. But, it's more like I was giving enough chances. It's like, it wasn't just like the one necessarily. There were a couple legs where I got a return visit, didn't convert, and I think that's the most frustrating.
Yeah, well, it certainly can get that way. You were still able to pick off a pair of legs, so not going home empty-handed this evening, and you're looking to get back on the horse in Game Week 3, where you've got the train on the docket. So what's the game plan to get yourself right, get in the right mindset, come out, compete in that one?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. Like, I don't know what it was today that just had me so in a not conducive headspace, but just try to be not that. I don't know. Take a hot shower beforehand. I couldn't tell you. Just like always. Right? We've been saying this for like 3 years, or three or four seasons. I mean, like probably a year and a half or so, more than that. What laser is going to show up, right? Like my opponent booth says it, and it sucks. It remains true, and it's so frustrating. But that's the story still.
Well, not to pile on, but we're looking forward to see what laser shows up next week against the train, but we'll have to wait to see. Congratulations again. Able to get a couple of legs this evening. The rest of it didn't go your way, but we're looking forward to seeing next week, and good luck the rest of the way.
Yeah, better player won, no doubt. Nooch, man, just you threw him. Good job.
Thanks a lot. Fun as always.
We're going to go over to the Nooch now, coming out victorious with a 7-2 victory, and once again, another dominant cricket performance out of you. Even with a couple of slow starts, each leg finished over 3.0 this evening for you. So talk to us about how much that cricket portion and getting in that groove, finding trebles, gets you set up for that 501 game.
Apparently not much. I don't feel like the 501, my 501 game at the moment is living up to my cricket game at all. On the whole, I think I'm a better 01 player. It hasn't sort of looked like that for some time now.
Yeah, I mean, coming out and firing in the way you're doing in cricket, we heard a little bit of, noises from you. I wouldn't say they're frustrations, but maybe just a little bit of exasperations where, you throw in some pretty good darts. They're just not quite finding that trouble. Your misses are not far off, but then it's just not getting to the point of where you were scoring towards the end of last season. So what's that fine-tuning adjustment? I know you were talking about you were changing some things up that were working for you towards the end of last season. What's the continuing fine-tune of that to get back to that upward trajectory, because you were on the cusp of getting to the championship last season?
Yeah, and I don't. The short answer is I don't know. I feel like the work that I was putting in on mechanics is still paying off. It still feels positive. I feel good about my throw overall, and when I'm practicing, things are going great. I see the results that I expect given the time that I put into it. But what's not happening is that come match time, I'm just not playing to the standard that I'm expecting to. It kind of happened last week. Was a funky week. I feel like Surgeon and I both kind of didn't do what we normally are able to do against each other. This week too. I mean, I know there's 2 Lazer Cats, but you never know when the former champ one is going to show up. So I mean, I was definitely taking my preparation seriously. So I have to. It's going to be a trick. It's kind of a puzzle to figure out what is that missing element. Because honestly, I don't really know. All I can think is that maybe it's something about timing. I was thinking about that kind of mid-match. Maybe I'm not throwing enough live matches so that I'm used to kind of plucking my darts out, and then walking back to the Aki, spinning around and being able to throw right away again. Maybe that's why the cricket is working better. Maybe because, in cricket, you've got to wait to see what your opponent hits before you can really decide on your targets. So, most of the time you don't have to do that. You can kind of throw as soon as you hear a score. Maybe that's it. I mean, that's just sort of a working theory. But these are the things I have to try to figure out because, and I have some time. We're still early in the season. And I'll take the leg wins today to sort of stay at a reasonable place in the standings. And hopefully I can kind of solve the mystery before too long.
There's certainly something to be said for pacing and getting used to playing against the computer where you don't have to wait, and getting used to playing another person where you're waiting for them to at least throw all three of their darts, even if you're not waiting necessarily for their score to be input. But again, if this is Nooch on a quote-unquote bad day, picking up 7 leg wins and averaging 58, I think that the rest of the league is going to be in trouble. Continuing to work on that and going forward, Nooch, looking on to game week 3, you have DeGrubs on the schedule. DeGrubs off to a hot start here in the winter 2021 season. So what's the game plan to get ready for that one?
Yeah, I didn't know it was DeGrubs. I never really look ahead. But DeGrubs, I feel like since I joined the league, he's sort of underperformed. Based on the skill that we know he has, often sort of I feel like doesn't throw up to his potential in match play. But this season seems different. I don't know, somebody's lit a fire under him or something. So whatever it is that I've got to figure out, I better do it in a hurry because if I don't, tomorrow, I know next week could be brutal.
I'm going to blame Congraw for bringing out the best into Grubs, since that's, one of the bigger changes. So, when in doubt, blame the British guy. But Nooch, again.
Well, in the first week, too, didn't he, the Grubs?
I think so. Let me look at what we got.
But I thought
DeGrubs did play, or no.
He's been throwing, at a new standard lately.
Where am I looking here? DeGrubs. DeGrubs has played Deadhead and Lefty. He got 3 off Lefty earlier this week.
That's a trick right there.
That is a trick. But Nooch, again, congratulations on your performance this evening, able to get 7 leg wins to your credit. Congratulations on that. Good luck the rest of the way. We'll talk to you a little later.
Thanks a lot, Radar. Thanks a lot. Good game, Lazer Cat. See you next time.
Yeah, great shooting, man. Cheers.
We're going to go ahead and take a quick word from our sponsors, which is also set. That's right. We still have the merch store, and I believe there's a couple new things in the merch store for you to go peruse for your retail therapy enjoyment. www.fodartleague.com/store, or go to Etsy, search FODL, FO Dart League. That is our page, and I believe the couple of new things, there's a coffee mug out there. I think there's a car magnet, maybe a couple other surprises. I'm not sure. Go check it out and get your photo merchandise. Represent the best online dart league in the world. That's right, I'm saying in the world. Come at me. Come at me. We got more darts here for Darts Night on Twitch. When we return, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
They got the medicine to fix your mood. Tell you learn to mind your place and eat that Cisco food. You crave the arrogance, the rich. All
right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back and ready for our second match of tonight's tripleheader. You were asking if the stream died. It did. It did, but we're back. Had to reload everything really quick. But we are back and ready for more darting action. But before we do, don't forget the FODL Weekly podcast is out there wherever you enjoy listening and finding your podcasts, including Spotify. Should be out there yet. Maybe it's not. Who knows? But you can hear Pepe Le, Red Rascal, and Slappy Pappy all on the FODL Weekly podcast, if that is your thing. But let's meet the players for our second match of tonight's doubleheader. It's another A division matchup featuring King Rodge out of Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. Last season, he finished second in the regular season in FODL A, but was the champion again. Back-to-back FODL champions. King Rodge, 2 stars on the player card now. Throwing a 21-gram Grand Slam RVB Triple B darts. Hashtag be great. Better if you're coming at the King, you best not miss. Dilly Dilly trying to come at him hard. He's coming in out of Alexandria, Virginia. Last season finished 6th place in the FODL A division, throwing with 27-gram shot darts, Viking Drakkar, hashtag the Dilly Harem. Looking at the standings here, so right now King Rodge trailing Kongra by 9 points, but King Rodge has tonight's match in hand. Kongra already has played 2. DeGrubs with 22 points, left-hand hooligan with 23. Dilly Dilly is just behind King Rodge at 13, so King Rodge coming in 4th, Dilly Dilly currently in 5th, both looking to improve upon their positions in the standings. Looking at the schedule, we just saw Nooch and Lazer Cat. That one went 7-2 in favor of the Nooch, but again, reminder of the bonus points. We got Kongra with a 9 mark, Kongra with 3.69, left-hand hooligan with a 17 dart finish. Highest 501 throw is a maximum, and nobody's set the best checkout. I don't believe it was set in that last match either. Looking at the statistics, King Rodge number 1 in both categories. Number 1 in cricket with the 3.61 MPR, the miss percentage at 22%, almost below 20. Dilly Dilly is 9th with a 2.66. His miss percentage is 35%, so 13% difference in the miss percentage. Just 1% difference in the treble and bull percentage, however. 23 for King Rodge, 22 for Dilly Dilly. But King Rodge, 5 mark percentage, is 35%. What? 35% 5 marks or better. Yeah, the conversation kind of ends there. Dilly Dilly has won both of his cricket legs to this point. King Rodge split as he was playing Kongra all week 1. They both played really well. What do you expect? In 501, again, King Rodge number 1, 74.49 3-dart average. Dilly Dilly coming in 6th best in the league, 56.56. First 9, 74.6 for King Rodge, so very steady with his 3-dart average. Dilly Dilly, 49.5, so not getting off to the great starts. But, well, again, we'll see what happens. It's been 1 week. Who knows? Who knows? Let's throw it over to the split screen. We got a point battle going on in that FODL C division matchup. The only other match running at this 9 o'clock hour between the Accountant and the Lush. Lush is currently up 894 to 839. Will that one get to the 1,000? Who knows? But we're here for this one. We are here for this one. Let me bring the player audio back in, and we will see if our players are ready to go. Get this second match of tonight's tripleheader underway. Looks like Dilly Dilly has won the cork. So, King Rodge, are you ready? We got a thumbs up there from King Rodge, so he can hear us. We can't hear him. Not sure what's going on with that. Dilly Dilly, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Both of our players are ready to go, which means it's time to get darts in the air. Dilly Dilly to throw first in this first leg of cricket. Game on!
Hey, shooting well, Rodge. Give me a thumbs up if you also wish for me to shoot well and be great.
Be great, Dilly.
There we go. Now we've got some audio. We've got the audio working from King Rodge. Dilly's got the sportsmanship he so desperately wanted last time. And Dilly will defer after winning the cork. He'll open up with a miss. A lot of close darts, but none of them finding their target. King Rodge with almost that POV cam here, coming over the top. 320s for the King. Dilly with a decent response there, though, as he gets 3 steady 19s this time. We have gotten some bets. So what do we got? There's some odds. I guess they put odds for the betting on this one. And so we've actually got some money. Some beef bucks being thrown on Dilly Dilly here. Wow. Just for the return on investment possibilities. HX Duck saying there's no point in betting for King Rodge because the return is so small. DJ MyQ says I bet my entire stack, so it's called the all-in. Congress says, give me a thumbs up if you want me to throw well. And then in asterisk, the middle finger. There's a nice 7 mark from King Rodge. He drops down, finds treble 19, moves over to the 17s where he finds 4 more. But it's going to be a 7 mark in response, from Dilly Dilly. All of them in the 18s, so he's going to take the point lead. Still King Rodge out in front here. He's got the 20s and 17s already closed. As he gets 3 more marks, the 2 20s to take the point lead, Jumps over to 18s, can't find the treble there. Dilly, another treble 18s. Good dart. So 4 18s to back up the 7 mark for Dilly Dilly. He got off to a slow start, but he's creeping back into this one. Gonna make this one a bit of a battle. That appears to just be 2 20s for King Rodge. That third dart somehow staying above that treble bed. Tucked into the corner. Back to Dilly. He's looking to bolster that point lead. Keep out in front. This time he will only get 2. So no treble on this return. King Rodge, treble 20, first dart. There's another. It's so close, but it looks like it's 7. It could be in the corner, though. It's 7 20s for King Rodge. It was a minimum of 7 there. Couldn't tell if it was a 9. Was not, but still 7 20s, 140 points. Dilly's back in the treble, though, of the 18s, but he comes low with both the second and third, just missing. 3 18s for Dilly Dilly. King Rodge moving over to 18s. He will close it up with the first 2 attempts and find a treble. 15 with the last. Another 5 mark for King Rodge. So again, we talked about that 5 mark percentage. It was 35%. More than 1/3 of his throws were 5 marks in game week 1. He's coming out strong here this evening with that MPR above 4. Dilly going straight to the bull. He gets 1. King Rodge going after 16s. It's at least 3. That could be 5 as well. Can't see that third dart. It's just 3, so it's below that treble. But again, everything closed but the bull for the king. 2 bulls here for Dilly Dilly, though. We'll get the center closed. So maybe a little bit of pressure. Maybe. A single bull and a stray 16 for King Rodge, so he's not able to get it closed up yet. Dilly Dilly. Couple of marks here. Can take the point lead. He needed a third. 2 bulls gets him to 284, trailing by just 9. But now at least threatening that point lead that King Rodge has held for the majority of this leg. But looks like King Rodge is going to get it with the first 2 darts. 2 singles, game shot, and the leg going to King Rodge. Getting it closed up with a 3.6 to break the throw of Dilly Dilly. King Rodge will have darts in hand for the second leg. Game on. 5 20s to get things started off for King Rodge. 40 points on the board. In our other matchup, that point battle, I didn't see what it ended up getting to because I was enthralled by our darting action here, but the Lush was the one who ended up taking the leg, so he's up 1-0 over the accountant. Once again, they're off to a beefy start up there, 304 to 296, and both players, again, that's FODL C, both players over the 3.0 threshold in the early, actually not even the early goings. It's been 11 turns in that one, and they're both still over 3.0. King Rodge, 2 19s, single 20. Dilly Dilly got 3 19s in his first visit. He'll get 4 of them in his second, get 76 points on the board. And to force King Rodge to go back to the 20s at least one time. And he'll go 1, 1, and 1, get the single 20 to put him back out in front in points, close off the 19s, move it over to 18s where he gets 1. Left hand, there's a fallout for Dilly. See ya, just a single 18. Left hand hooligan asking, when did Slippery Rodge start throwing cricket? DJ Mike Hughes coming in, and he says, right after he swiped your Tahoe last night. Jeez, getting real there. That looks like a 5 mark for King Rodge. Looks like a single 20, treble 18, and the single 17 to boot. So King Rodge continuing just pound away. King Rodge, even upon entering the league, one of the best in there, and it seems like he's only improved over the last 2 seasons, particularly here in cricket, at least in the early goings of this winter 21 season. But maybe the adulation there get him a little excited for that turn, as he only gets a single 17, which is going to give Dilly an opportunity to score.
Jeez.
Just a single, though, for Dilly. He goes next door for 4 threes. There's the close this time from King. And as we see so often, rather than go to the 16s, go across the board, he stays on the 15 side. So closes the 17s and stays there, so it's less of a move. Dilly Dilly, however, he is going over to 16. Just the one. Dilly once again running out of time here. And now King Rodge will go after 16s. And he gets 3 steady, so he gets it closed. Dilly, with knowing King Rodge already got 2 marks in the 15s, going right after bull. All around the wire there, and nothing in the middle. It's a miss for Dilly. King Rodge looking to finish it here. And he'll finish it off in style. Looks like 115. It could even be 2 bullseyes. It's just the 1 bullseye and a 25 with the 3rd dart. Game shot and the leg to King Rodge, sweeping the cricket portion. He's up 2-0. Dilly Dilly looking to get on track here. He's got the darts in hand, moving to 501. Game on! Shadow Tilt saying, okay, Dilly, the warm-up's over. Save my beef bucks. .46 to start off for Dilly. Wow, somehow slipped that 3rd dart into the treble. Does King Rodge get a 100 start? Looked like it was pretty well protected. But he's also got the spinners, so they kind of give away a little bit. At least I think he's throwing with the spinners. He has been. Here's 13 for Dilly. Again, some very close darts, but they're not quite finding the range. So, yeah, you see the darts there. They are spinning. Got the spinners on. It could be back-to-back tons. No, this time staying above, so just 60 scored. And a Roadhouse double deuce for Dilly Dilly. So 3 visits, and he's at 420, blazing it. However, that's not generally good. After 9 darts, still be in the 400 range. King Rodge, after 9 darts, is under 300. So Dilly going to have to get a chase down working. It's hard to chase down King Rodge. We, again, coming in with the best average out of anybody to this point. Although he's only played 1 leg, or 1 week, but still, it's pretty good. It was like 75. 83 scored this time from King. That looks like some better darts. Looks like 95 coming in from Dilly Dilly, finding a treble on the last. He's going to need a couple more trebles to continue to give chase here and put pressure on King Rodge. That's a little bit of a slip, though, for the King. Just 40, so he's not able to get to a finish. And Dilly will from 265. There's 105 scored for him. Down to a 160. So Dilly will have the first shot at a finish. But King Rodge is going to put some pressure on that 160. 83 scored this time for King Rodge. He'll be left with 92. Dilly requires 160. And it's off. Cannot convert. Just 43 scored, down to 117. King Rodge requires 92. And looks like King Rodge is going to score 52, leave tops. Dilly Dilly, 117.
Oh.
And it's going to be off. That's in the corner, but it's on the one side. But you can still make King Rodge think about this one potentially. 69 scored, nice. Going to leave 48. King Rodge, 40. That's inside to double 10. And he'll find that one with the second dart. Rascal says yes. Game shot And the leg to King Rodge. Once again, the left side of the board. 3 on the spin to get these things started. But this time it's King Rodge will have the darts in hand in this 4th leg. Game on. HX Duck was predicting the 95 followed by a big fish finish from Dilly. He said he'd take a 105, 160, but couldn't quite get there. 60 to start things off for King. There is 41 to start off for Dilly Dilly. And in our other match up top, the Accountant was able to level the match at 1 apiece, so splitting the cricket portion, Accountant and Lush.
100.
And there's 100. You hear King Rodge calling out the score. And 60 this time for Dilly. Dilly off to a better start at least. But again, it'd be hard to do worse. King Rodge just plugging along here as that's 60 scored. And nice 95. Dilly able to sneak that 3rd dart in there to find the trouble bed. So trying to keep pace with King Rodge. 140 for King Rodge. Couldn't quite get the maximum, but again, that's enough to get him on and out. Dilly's going to get 81, so Dilly's starting to score a little bit. But King Rodge continuing to do so. He's at 141. It's off. 57 scored this time from King Rodge. Dilly Dilly back at 224. The average is at 69 for this leg. Nice. And it's going to be a 68 score down to 156. Stays with 69 average. Also nice. King Rodge looking for 84. Let's go on the bullseye, it looks like. Maybe. From 84. All around the world there for King Rodge. It's going to be 46, I believe. $11, $15, and $18.
Done.
Did I do my math wrong? I might have. It's very possible. There's a nice 100 for Dilly Dilly to keep the pressure on. I did do my math wrong, so 44, sorry. King Rodge acquires tops.
You're fucking me up.
And he'll find it with the 2nd dart. Game shot and the leg as he tries to blame me for screwing him up. Although he'd already thrown the darts. I just thought it was after the... I was just calling what I thought the score was. I had the score wrong. But, I mean, you threw the darts already. I didn't do anything to have you throw the darts. You ended up winning the leg. Don't blame me. Don't blame the caster. I didn't do anything. If I'm going to make fun of Dilly, it's only fair that I try to give him an advantage and get in your head. Hey! But Dilly's got the darts in hand as we go to the 5th leg of this match. Game on! Yocha JMU saying King Rodge could out-double Johnny Clayton. Impressive. Very impressive. Dilly Dilly, that's a better start. Now he's starting to find that treble, getting heated up. Starting off with 89. 100. And there's 100 for King Rodge. He will not let Dilly have any room at the moment. We'll see Dilly. He's starting to elevate his game. And it's going to be another 80 score. It appears 81 this time. We know Dilly has the big scoring in him.
95.
And 95 for King Rodge as he continues to play from out in front. Just 45 this time from Dilly Dilly, but again, 72 first 9, much better from Dilly Dilly in this one. And it looks like just 45 from King Rodge as well. So a drop in the 3rd visit for both players. Still, both players having good legs here.
41.
41 from Dilly. That third one just on the other side. And immediate punishment from King Rodge. Oh, and the deflection from the third dart. 135 from King Rodge. Again, another maximum sweat. Could not put it away. He's down to 126 now. And just 25 from Dilly Dilly, still above 200. King Rodge requires 126. Will not convert, but that looks like a good final dart for 82 scored from King Rodge. Dilly Dilly trying to do anything to get to a finish here. Can't find the bull. It's going to be 36 scored from Dilly. King Rodge, 44. He wants the top of the board again. This time he goes below. It's going to be 24 scored. He's going to be coming back to face the Rascal. Dilly's going to score 44. That will get him to an out. It's going to be a big one, though, 140. And he's going to need King Rodge to not take out the 20. Inside with the first. Rascal saying no over double 5. Good marker, but he can't quite use it. It goes too far inside this time. 15 scored for King Rodge. Dilly requires 140. It's off. $60 scored from Dilly. Dilly gets down to 80. King Rodge trying to clean up 5. There's the 1, double 2. The double 2 does not find home. Just 1 score. Dilly, an opportunity from 80.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no. Disaster for Dilly Dilly. He busts with the second dart. Found the treble 20. Back to King Rodge. Double 2. And it's punishment immediately from King Rodge. Game shot. And the leg to him as he is now 5 on the spin, on the bounce, on the go, on the run in the first 5 legs. And he's come back to the board to throw first. Game on. So all the beef bucks being paid off to the people who bet on King Rodge already. And 95 scored to open up the 6th leg of this match. HX Duck saying this is rigged. Left-handed Hooligan says, HX Duck, now you're woke. Yota JB, Slippery Rodge is a bully. Left-hand Hooligan says, King Rodge preparing for CDC. Sure is. Oh. Well, can't say I was expecting this from King Rodge, but it's a breakfast here in our second match. Single 5, single 20, single 1, which means we're going to ask another breakfast question. Thanks. Thanks for this. Thanks for this. I've got to think of another breakfast question for the breakfast here in our second match of tonight's tripleheader. So once again, let me direct my attention towards my kitchen. Yeah. What to say? What to say? There's 50 from Dilly. We're still thinking. It's just 44 this time from King Rodge, so he's not yet on and out. There's a nice 138 from Dilly Dilly. So that gets him right back in this one. Does King Rodge continue to get a little nervy here? Just 28. It does leave a finish at least, but let's letting Dilly Dilly back in this leg, potentially. And I'll use the fact that we're just barely into checkout position to stall a little bit longer to think of another breakfast question. And Dilly's going to get 40 scored there. That is enough to put him on a finish at 161. King Rodge first from 164. He'll be off. But 82 coming in as he recovers and gets a treble 20 with the third dart. Dilly 161. It's off. And that's just going to be 30 scored. King Rodge requires 82.
No.
And he cannot convert the 82. Had one shot at tops, missed just outside. Going to give Dilly Dilly a shot from 131. It will be off. 57 scored this time from Dilly. Gets down to 74. King Rodge requires tops. And this time he'll find it with the first dart. Game shot and the leg to King Rodge. Now up 6
Looks sad right
to
now.
0.
Jay's
Dilly
sad.
Dilly says he's sad, but he's got 3 more legs to try to get something on the board. And he's got darts in hand for 2 of them, including this one. Game on. Oh, it had the sweat. Almost had the 9 dart sweat on. Well, I mean, guess technically we had it for 2 darts worth, but 1-2-1 for Dilly to start. And it's going to be 85 for King Rodge. So Dilly Dilly might be out to his first lead in 501. Can he hang on to it? He'll throw 60 to back up the 121. That's certainly pretty good so far. That might be just 28 from King Rodge. Dilly trying to keep the gas pedal down here. Continue to build on that lead. 80 scored from Dilly Dilly. He's now at 240. And that looks like it's just 31 now from King Rodge. His first 9. Not sure the last time he's had a first 9 under 50. He might not know either, but it happened in this leg. Dilly, wow. Look at that grouping. All in the same hole, and it's all right on top of the wire. Another 60. But he's just on the edge of checkout position. King Rodge just 44. So the script has been reversed in this particular leg. $45 now from Dilly Dilly down to 135. Yeah, that looks like a better visit from King Rodge. 99 scored for the King. Oh, it's just 59. Wow, that second dart is not in there. Again, the weird camera angle messing with me. Dilly 135. It's off.
Go for it.
Still goes for it, he says. He's going to be left with 88 after 47 scored. Once again, he's got that 69 average. Nice. There's a 125, and all of a sudden, King Rodge jumping back into this one. Dilly Dilly with some pressure on from 88. He'll have a couple of looks. Can he find the double 14? Oh, he took a breath. He took a beat and almost found it. Was almost able to walk it in without much of a guide, but it's just on the wrong side of the wire. 60 scored, 28 remaining. King Rodge 129. That looks like, didn't quite, not sure if that's a 5 or a 20 from King Rodge there. He's taking the darts out. So it was a 5, so 79 for King Rodge. And Dilly Dilly's going to get on the board with the second dart finish. Game shot and the leg to Dilly Dilly.
Sit in my face next time, left hand. Sit in my face. Never doubt. Never doubt.
Left hand hooligan calling him out, saying Dilly's not going to recover now, and that the sweep was on Dilly Dilly. Calling out left hand, getting one on the board. King Rodge come back to the board with darts in hand. Game on. Alky Dart says everyone gets one. Speaking of, there's a 140 from King Rodge. Right back to it. So maybe he was donating one to Dilly Dilly, and right back to the scoring he goes.
Well, I'll donate one to you too.
There's a 26 again. Reminded me that I owe a breakfast question still. All right, we kind of this is a little bit different, but kind of this on the same vein. So we talked about toaster strudels and Pop-Tarts. Toaster strudels are frozen. So give me your favorite breakfast out of the freezer. I don't know what it might be. There's a lot of options that you could get out of the freezer section. 40 viewers out there. Freezer section breakfast, let me know. Immediate answer from Yota JMU saying mini quiches. Solid answer. There's a solid 60 from Dilly. King Rodge, 140, 85, and then Yo 11. If you haven't yet, download an online casino, bet the pass line, hack into the algorithm, and roll 11s until you cannot anymore. 100 scored from King Rodge to leave bogey.
Oh, wrong direction.
66 scored from Dilly Dilly, a pair of treble ones. And there's going to be 90 scored from King Rodge. He found the bullseye with the last.
Oh.
And 80 scored from Dilly Dilly, jumping back and forth. Treble 21st, 19 with the second, and then a single one off the deflection. King Rodge acquires 75. 11-1 for tops. Cannot convert. Haven't seen a whole lot of the big finishes in either match so far this evening. So just 20 left. But here comes Dilly Dilly with an 83. So he gets onto a finish down to 126. But King Rodge looking for the Rascal. That's well inside to double five. It's just outside, but he uses it nicely. Game shot and the leg going to King Rodge with a tiny little 21 darter. Make it 7-1. We're going to the final leg of our second match in tonight's triple header action. Dilly Dilly to throw first. Game on.
Can't believe I'm worse than Tom.
DJ Mike Hughes asking what the breakfast question was, and the breakfast question was your favorite breakfast from the freezer section. Let's scroll. What we got? We've got mini quiches from Yota JMU. Alky Dart says Lego my ego. Shadow Tilt says Canada only, President's Choice Belgian waffles. Fireman pancake and sausage corn dogs. DNK 275 says frozen breakfast burritos. Yoja JMU says Eggo with cream cheese is pretty good. Life is fishy says Eggos. Blademouth 5 says the pre-made hash browns are amazing. I don't know why. Your dad's GF is agreeing with mini quiches. Left Hand Hooligan, Jimmy Dean sausage biscuits. Train FODL, Eggos. Skinny Nucka says cinnamon toast Eggos. DJ Mike Hughes says a frozen everything bagel. Okay. And that's just 35 for King Rodge. So 365 to 364. It was a bounce out. See ya. So that 27-gram dart chunky boy thuds to the floor from Dilly Dilly. 39 scored for him as he goes for the switch after the bounce out. And there's a 100. Again, King Rodge must be the spinner somehow splitting those two darts. I don't know how you would. I don't know any other way you would get between those, as he had bookended high and low. And rather, I mean, he had the entire left side open, but still was able to just go right between them and split the difference. Nice 85 there from Dilly to recover from the bounce out. In our other match, it's a good one. Lush is up 4-3 over the Accountant. Both players, again, that's FODL C. Both players above the 50 average threshold. The Accountant is looking to level it, which would make that a tie, because, again, FODL C plays the 8 legs now. It's the new FODL B. Accountant's at 35, Lush is at 105. That looks to be 77 from Dilly Dilly. That gets him to a finish of 164. And 55 this time from King Rodge. That third dart going left of the mark. Dilly 164 is on. Oh, he can't find the treble 18. Had the first one in. The second one low into the 4. 84 scored, leaves 80. He will be back. Will he bust it again? Time will tell. 40 scored from King Rodge. Gets him down to 145. He's on and out now as well. Dilly for 80. Oh, my goodness. He almost did it again. Almost. But it's in the treble 1, and he can't collect himself to find the big number of the 17. 2 big numbers missed. Just 26 scored, 54 remaining. King Rodge now 145. Can't finish it, but he can pressure, certainly. 65 scored from King Rodge. He will be left with 80. Dilly requires 54. And now he's got 2 for tops. Inside to the Rascal. And Rascal says yes. Game shot and the leg to Dilly Dilly as he gets a second leg win on the board to salvage a couple of points in this one. We will go to the interview portion. And in that other match, so Accountant was able to take the final leg to make it a draw, 4-4. So again, that was tightly contested. You look at those numbers in FODL C. Accountant had a 52 3-dart average and a 2.3 MPR. Lush, a 52 3-dart average and a 2.4 MPR. We're going about this match right here in front of you, which King Rodge was able to take home 7-2. Dilly coming into this one, you know, we know that you're nothing if not confident whenever you come into a match, and always brimming with it. Played relatively well, you know, had some spurts up and down there. But King Rodge really, you know, was letting you have it on the scoring portion. Talk to us about how you felt your performance was this evening.
I mean, the end result wasn't great. I thought I threw well. There was, during the 501 portion, just a lot of darts on the wire, a lot of very close darts, even maybe not in the treble, but not even in the big wedge. They'll be right on the other side of the wire into the 501. So that was kind of brutal, but I also had some not so great darts, so I did get punished on those. Cricket was off. I mean, that first leg, if I hadn't missed twice, I had 2 turns where I hit nothing in the beginning. I could have had a good shot since I was doing well on the 18s. That second leg of cricket, that was just, I was punished from the beginning, so I had no real good recovery there. I mean, I thought I threw well. I just didn't throw as well as I know I could have. Yeah,
I mean, all in all, you did play reasonably well in this one. You know, the cricket was a little bit off, but King Rodge's cricket was certainly on, so he wasn't, you know, it's not like he really let anything get away from you there. He was pretty much all over it in that one. But again, got into 501, and he came out. You had a couple of opportunities early. You needed to, you know, hit a big finish to get there, and then had that unfortunate bust, which he came back and punished immediately. Talk to us about what was going through your mind after he got up 5-0 on you, just trying to dig in and get anything going.
I mean, at that point, well, what was on my mind was going in and choosing the prediction so everyone got their beef bucks. You're welcome. I did that while he was throwing. I was like, you know, I might as well. No, I mean, nothing was going to change from what I was doing. You know, NFG, just throwing my darts, doing what I need to do. It was rough when I would have some big darts, get myself close or near a checkout, and at that point, Rodge would not miss. And the few times he did miss checkouts, I wasn't on one yet. So it's the classic, you know, can't hit them when I need them, can't miss them when I don't. You know what I'm trying to say.
No idea.
No idea. Frustrating, but I mean, it's King Rodge. I can't give him those opportunities, and I gave him too many.
Well, Dilly, we know that you've been on an upswing, but again, you're looking at a pretty stiff opening here. You started with the train, then you have King Rodge, so you got the Canadians out of the way. You're getting all the foreigners out of the way early because you got Congra in week 3.
Oh, yeah.
So, what do you need to do to get ready for that one?
Well, I mean, I'm only one leg worse than him, right? I think that's how the math ends up. So you can't be that hard. It should be fun. I'm excited. It'll be my first time playing Congra. I never met him in the Open Cup. It's just how the odds end up going. And I've been waiting for a match against Congra. I will also try to introduce him to the league, maybe on the winning side for him, but we'll see. I have the confidence, as you all know. I know I can throw the darts. I know I can compete. Who called a left-hand hooligan called the Grubs the Giant Slayer, the potential? I think I should have that name. No, I probably shouldn't. I don't deserve it. But no, it's gonna be a fun match. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a tough one, but I always try to rise to the challenge.
Well, Dilly, if it gives you any/even more confidence, take solace in knowing that in the Quarantine Cup, even someone as terrible as myself got a leg off of Congra. So if I can get one, you can certainly do better than that. Dilly, not the way the scoreline wanted to go in your favor this evening, but we're still able to recover and get 2 of the last 3 to get points on the board. Congratulations on that, and good luck the rest of the way.
Hey, I appreciate it. Good darts, man. King Rodge, as always.
Thanks for shooting.
We're going.
Yeah, I hate you.
We're going over now to King Rodge. Another impressive performance, another good victory, 7-2 in this one. He says iffy, maybe the 501 wasn't up to par, but once again, another stellar performance in cricket, coming out with some 3.5+ legs there. Talk to us about how your cricket game has improved from last season to this season.
Yeah, have no idea, actually. I'm just throwing at the target, and it's actually going in this time. So it's benefiting me pretty good. But using the strategies, hitting the 17s, you close them, and then you stay with the 15s. That's a really good strategy. Just stay on the side of the board that you're already on, so your arm's already used to it. Helps a lot. Also, like if you're on 18s, coming down to 15s is pretty easy to do. So just staying consistent that way, not going around the board, and also trying to keep at least a 3-mark advantage against your opponent. That way they've got to score more on their marks in order to get you, and it's working out.
Well, the strategy's certainly working out. I know you've talked a little bit. You're maybe not I was going to say maybe it's because you're not the biggest fan of cricket that you're just trying to get it over with as fast as possible. So, averaging big 3s is going to help with that. Going into 501, you came out very strong, winning the first 3. Had a couple of legs in there were a little iffy at times. But you came out getting the first 3 up 6-0. What was going through your head? Was it kind of cruise control that let Dilly get back into the last 3?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I secured the win. I didn't need more wins. I'm all right.
Wow, disrespectful, bro. You gotta come at me with all you got the whole time.
Nah, you don't need that. You don't need that against your psyche.
Wow. My pride is shattered.
It's like you just need enough to get to the playoffs. I feel anyway. But I mean, I didn't take the leg off. I just shot shit, and like my arm was a little rubbery. I've been practicing for a little bit, so I mean, I don't know. Those happen in a game. There's always a couple of games where you lose focus, and the opponent will take it. But it was a lot less than last time. I mean, Congra got 3 on me.
Well, we know you've been doing some home renovations, so maybe all that hammering motion is helping with the darts throw. Maybe.
Either that or I'm putting too much throw in it when it's a normal arm.
Well, looking
But,
forward.
Yeah, no, I've been practicing like flat out the last week, getting ready for the CDC tournament this weekend, and I'm making some pretty good gains. So I felt really confident coming into this game, like I was just gonna destroy him. So I mean,
You mean practicing in preparation for me? Because you knew you needed it.
chance in the world of getting even the 2 legs that he did. So good job on doing that.
Well, looking forward to next week. I know you're excited about the CDC event. We're rooting for you in that. You're going to have the Surgeon in your next FODL matchup coming up next week. It's going to be a good one. Always an interesting and intriguing matchup between the two of you. You guys played some competitive matches. What are you looking forward to out of that matchup?
I'm playing Surge. It's awesome. Last season he bet me. The season before that I bet him. So I mean it's back and forth right now. So it's 1-1. Well, 2-1 if you count the finals. But we'll see if I can make it 3-1. He shoots great darts, and if he's not totally gibbled, then he'll throw better.
we will.
For sure.
We're looking forward to see what happens in that one. King Rodge, a 7-2 victory this evening. Congratulations on that, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks for the cast, Radar, and good shooting, Dilly.
Yeah, man, whatever, dude.
We're going to throw it over to the mid-card here because, yet again, we've got one more match when we return. Hopefully the stream will not crash in the changeover. But we'll see. If it does, it does, and I'll get it booted up and reset really quickly. But again, one more match. It'll be a FODL B matchup. Don't go anywhere. Darts, Night on Twitch. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back and get ready for our final match of tonight's triple header action. It's going to be a FODL B matchup between the players you see on your screen. It's going to be the Barboy out of Falls Church, Virginia. Last season finished 4th place in the FODL B division, throwing with the 22-gram Red Dragon, Peter Wright, Mamba 2 darts. Hashtag the bar is open. He's going up against Red Rascal out of Richmond, Virginia, throwing with the 21-gram Harrow's Orbit darts. Last season finished 9th place in the FODL A division, dropped back down to FODL B. Hashtag Rascal says yes. Looking at the standings, here we go. This is what we got so far. Barboy, currently in 8th place with 4 points. Red Rascal in 9th place with 2 points. Near the bottom. So, again, it's early. No rush. But certainly looking to make up some points here this evening. Bud the Chud out to a magnificent start in FODL B. He's leading the pack with 28 points. Toaster has 25. And Toaster and Bud the Chud played. Bud the Chud won 7-2. Toaster's second place, 25 points, despite losing 7-2 because he swept the jig in his first match. Author in third with 22. Repat, then myself, Alpine Stranger, Cali Kid. Sweats yet to play. We've yet to see Sweats, but we saw him in the playoffs. We know what he can do. Looking forward to seeing his regular season debut. And we'll see it Thursday against the Jig. So Jig getting off to potentially a rough start. Let's see what we got here. Bonus point wise, Alpine Stranger and the Author have played. Toaster and Bud the Chud have played for Gameweek 2. Author's got a 7 mark and a 2.83 for the best MPR leg. So Author currently in both cricket positions. Bud the Chud threw a 17 darter. Author's got a 140. Bud the Chud has a 62 finish. Those are the numbers to beat. Let's go over to the statistics for this matchup. It's going to be Barboy ahead in both categories. 23rd best average in cricket with a 2.08 MPR. Red Rascal 37th with a 1.73. Miss percentages. Red Rascal at 50%. Barboy a shade under 40 at 38. Treble and bull percentage favoring Barboy 15 to 11. The 5 mark 4.2 for Barboy. Red Rascal didn't have a 5 mark in game week 1. Barboy, however, did not win any legs. Red Rascal's 1-1. In 501, Barboy's got the 13th best average, 53.28. Red Rascal 24th, 47.05. Barboy's first 9, 69.0. Nice. That's nice. Red Rascal 51.5. Average finish, it favors Barboy. 18.5 to not applicable. A ton plus is in favor of Barboy, 9.4 to 3. 140 percentage, 7.8% for Barboy. So ton pluses are 9.4, 7.8 140s. Yikes. And yet, the doubling let him down, just winning 29% of his 501 legs. In the split view, here we go. We've got it up on our screen. Let's bring our player audio back. Our player's ready to go. I think we're still waiting for the cork, maybe, or maybe it's already happened. I'm not sure. I'm not seeing who has won it yet. Looking for the match start still.
Nah, Scott, let me know. Do you want to cork?
Yeah, let's do it real quick.
You throw first.
Yep. All right. We'll watch the cork happen live here.
Miss.
The players, or the people in the chat, complaining that there's been no prediction in the chat yet from FO League.
2 outside for me.
So Rascal can't put it inside.
Bullseye on my second one.
So it's going to be Barboy. He's got a bullseye with the second. Technically, you can tie that here, Rascal.
No, it was my rebuttal. I missed on my rebuttal.
Oh, okay. I missed that. All right, well, Barboy's won the cork, which means Barboy's going to have darts in hand. I'm assuming both of our players are ready. Everybody's out there is ready. Barboy to throw first. Game on.
Hey, man, shoot him well. Good luck.
Shoot well, Scott.
And again, here in the B division, we have upped it a little bit. So we play 9 legs now in B, so no more of the friendly ties. As sad as that is for me, I guess I'll actually have to try winning once in a while. 2 legs of cricket, 7 legs of 501. That looks like 420s to blaze it for Barboy to start things off. Nobody in the chat, everyone in the chat says we're not ready until we can bet our beef bucks. So you're going to have to yell at FO League for that one, a.k.a. Dilly Dilly. He's the one who can set that up for you. 2 19s for Barboy. Had the third dart in hand, couldn't convert on the big 19. Rascal had one bounce out in his first visit. He'll get 2 19s and go for the hero dart on the 20s, but it comes up just low. So 2 19s, single 20 for Red Rascal. But it puts him out in front in points here. Barboy, there's the close of 19s. And he gets the single 20, so a bold strategy from Barboy. Let's see if it pays off for him. He does get the 19s. Got the 19s closed, got the single 20. Rascal knocked the computer over. So a bit of a pause in the action here. So everybody wants to bet. Everybody wants to bet.
Give Dilly a chance to do some beef bucks, huh?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happened to Dilly Dilly. I don't know where he is. It's funny because he put a prediction for his he paid out the prediction in the middle of his own match, but now he is vanished for match 3. Everyone is upset. Everybody. Congress says King Rodge killed Dilly. Maybe in spirit. Just kidding.
All right.
If anybody killed Dilly in spirit, it was the Nooch in the playoffs last season. Oh. And we're back to the action. Looks like Red Rascal's got darts on the board. He found a double 20 with the first, so he does get it closed as he closes behind, gets a single 18. Back to the action we go. Barboy moving over to 18s as well. He gets just a single. So Red Rascal is looking to get the 18s closed, get some points on the board. But it's going to be a miss from Red Rascal as he had an opportunity back over to Barboy. So again, right now, neither player has anywhere they can score. That's going to help for Barboy. 3 18s and a single 17. It's a 4 mark for Barboy. That first dart was just into that treble 4, almost into the treble 18. The second dart, he stacks on top and drops down to 17s with the last. And Rascal looks like a Second consecutive miss, 6 empty darts for him. Barboy trying to keep the momentum going after finding a couple of troubles. Working on the 17 wedge. He gets 2, so he's able to get the 17s closed, get another one going. Still hearing things from Red Rascal, just hearing a lot of sighing and maybe shuffling about. Still seeing the
Sorry,
darts.
you have no idea the craziness that just happened. My laptop fell over and spilled a scotch on it, so I'm trying to save it since it's a $1,300 laptop.
That's fair. I think that's a fair assessment.
I had it sideways to try to offset scotch more. All right.
Oh, there we go. Trying to save the computer from the scotch. As much as Rascal likes scotch, I don't think electronics should drink scotch. Because let's be honest, nobody's got electronics that are 21 years old. Because if it did, it'd be pretty obsolete. But I'll be here all week, folks. Actually, that's not true. I don't think I'm casting for the rest of the week, so I won't be here all week. So you have to tune in tonight for my stellar commentary and comedy. Maybe I'll start a comedy, just start doing stand-up on my own private Twitch that nobody will watch, guaranteed, because it's not that funny, and I don't have any material. There's a single 16 from Red Rascal, narrowing the point gap, but still trailing. Still trailing by 4. Barboy trying to get the 16s closed here. Oh, that's hanging on, but it still might be low off the deflection. It is. So even though it clung to the board and he was able to retrieve it, it was in the 7 as opposed to the 16. So just a single 16. Unable to get the 16s closed. Red Rascal now looking to punish. There are 2 16s, enough to give him the point lead once again. Potentially keep Barboy at bay. He's going to close again. We saw that earlier where he closed the 19s while he was behind and went and was able to get enough points on the switch, and it happens again for him. Single 16, and he gets 2 17s to go up by 6. Red Rascal on the move once again. He's over to the 15s. That's a great third dart from Red Rascal. 5 15s for Red Rascal. Gets back out in front in points. Barboy looks like he's going to find a double 17 with his first. He'll stay put here for points on the 17 with the second. I'm kind of splitting the difference. Not sure if he tried to move or if it was just a wayward dart at the 17. It's into the 2, but it's 3 17s and Barboy's back out in front. Red Rascal trying to make a last stand here on the 15s. 45 points. It does give him enough to get back out in front. Barboy continuing to utilize the 17 wedge on which to score, where he finds 2 more. So he'll go up by 16 points. Red Rascal, beautiful first dart in the trail 15. And he's going to get the 18s closed. It's a 5 mark there from Red Rascal. 3 15s, a pair of 18s, and Red Rascal starting to turn it on. Barboy looked like he was well out in front of this one, but all of a sudden, the big darts are evading him. And as I say that, he finds a treble 17 with his final dart. 4 17s to answer the 5 mark from Red Rascal. Oh, such a close first dart just into the treble 10, and it's only 2 15s for Red Rascal. Not enough to get back out in front in points. Barboy now going after the 15s. He missed with the first. He's got 2 with the second and third, but it's still not quite closed. Red Rascal now, a great first. And he gets a pair of 17s. It's another 5 mark for Rascal. He's got 3 15s, 2 17s. Now there's pressure. There's pressure each way for these players. Barboy needs to get enough to get the point lead. Looks like maybe 3 17s. And there's a close of 15s from Barboy as well. 3 17s, utilizing the double once again. And he closes off the 15s. Rascal's going to close the 17s immediately, make it a bull race. He moves over, gets a single. So coming back to the board is Barboy. Each player needs 3 bulls.
Third dart.
And he's going to get it with the third dart. Game shot and the leg to Barboy. He found that bullseye with the second and the 25 ring with the third. A stellar finish there from Barboy as he takes the first leg of cricket. And he does it by holding the throw, going up 1-0. Red Rascal made it difficult, dug his heels in on the 15, was able to get something going, but couldn't quite get it closed, and Barboy recovered on the bull. Rascal to throw first in the second leg. Game on! 320s to start off for Red Rascal, starting to feel the groove here a little bit more. Barboy starting out on 19s. That deflection did stay in barely. It's 3 19s for Barboy. Let's see what Rascal elects to do here. He's been playing relatively aggressively. The first dart was at the 20s, found the double, drops down for the single 19 to place the dart right on top of the treble. Missed with the second, so a single 19. It's another 3 mark, though, for Red Rascal. Beautiful treble with the second dart from Barboy. And it's a 5 mark from Barboy. 4 19s. He went for the hero dart on the last one for the 20s. Gets a single. We've got, once again, good one going. 3 steady marks again for Rascal. 2 20s to give him the point lead. Drops down to 19s. Gets 1. Let's see what Barboy is going to do here. Will he stay? He does elect to stay with the third dart. Got 119, which gave him the point lead. Needed 2 marks to close the 20, so he switched. Missed with the first attempt and stayed on the last. And that's going to get Rascal able to close. This time it's a reversal of fortune. He only needed 1 to take the point lead back. Gets 1 off the first dart. Found the treble 19. Only going to count for 1, but it's enough to get the 19s closed. Barboy on the move over to 18. And there are 2 18s. Not yet closed. Rascal nursing a 5-point lead, but he's going right after the 18s here as well. And he'll get 2. 2 18s. Nobody's got the 18s closed. Barboy is close, and he's back to the board. Now Barboy has the 18s closed. He scores on them with the second dart, gets a single 20, but it's not yet closed. Rascal only needs 1 to take the point lead. There is 1. And he'll get the close of 18s with his third and final dart. So it's a narrow gap between these players right now, back and forth, with only needing essentially 1 and 1. It's been Rascal who's been able to convert. That looks like 3 steady 17s, so it gets the wedge right open. Rascal's following him down, and he finds a treble with the second dart. So it's going to be a 4 mark for Red Rascal. He had gotten 4 17s. It's only going to count for 3 and gets a single 20 with the last to add to the point lead. Barboy over to 16s now. First dart coming in high. The third dart is into the single. Couldn't quite find that treble. 2 16s for Barboy. Rascal moving to 16s. He gets 2 16s also. But again, another tight leg. Two more 16s for Barboy, so he gets it closed, gets a 16, but it's not enough to take the point lead. Wow. And a big open door for Barboy. Rascal empty on that visit. Can Barboy convert here? He can. That's a huge turn from Barboy. It's just 1 and 1. It's 2 marks, but it gets him the point lead back. It stops Rascal from scoring on the 20s. Rascal, he made a good stand on the 15s in the last leg. Going to need to do it again here. He's going to start with just a single 15. Barboy, see what he elects to do. He's closing. He's going after the 15s. Excuse me, hasn't closed it yet. He's got the first 2 in, though. He's 1 away from it. And it's a good grouping there. 3 steady 15s from Barboy. He gets the 15 wedge closed. All he needs is the bull. Rascal's going to close the 16s. Looks like he wants to try to make this thing a bull race. Barboy needs 3 in the middle. Or will he try to go for points? He's got a couple options. This time he's going to go for points on the 15. He gets 2 15s, then switches over to the center of the board. So the 2 15s going to require Rascal to get an extra bull. And Rascal's going right after the bulls this time. It's a missed empty visit for Red Rascal. Barboy needs 3. That looks like a miss from Barboy as well. So coming down the stretch. Who can get over the line here? That looks like a bullseye for Red Rascal, counting for 2. Still has work to do. It's Barboy out in front. Appears to be 1. It's actually 0. That first dart is on the right side into the 13. So now Rascal, he's looking to chase down some points on the middle. Didn't like the way he threw the first 2 darts at the center, regrouped, and he goes over and gets a single 15. So now he's 1 away from closing off the 15s. Barboy's still trying to get something going in the middle. Those look like they're stacked in there. Maybe 1?
Just 1.
Just a single.
Wow.
Thought he might have had 2, but only had 1. Now it's going to be a bull race as Rascal closes off the 15s, and he's going to get another bull in there as well to get it closed. So both players need 2.
Got it.
And Barboy is going to find the 2 he needs. Game shot and the leg going to Barboy, and he's going to sweep the cricket portion. He goes up 2-0 in this match. Another tightly contested cricket leg, but the bull race goes to Barboy. Barboy's going to have darts in hand as we're switching over to 501. Game on! FO Dart League coming in saying he forgot to do the predictions, but they are live now, so everybody can do the gamble, knowing that Barboy's up 2-0. There's a nice 80 to start things off for Red Rascal. Finding a trouble with that first one. Some beer talk going on in the chat right now. Back-to-back 41s for Barboy to start off. Lucy RC says, Dilly's Robin Hooding us by not letting us throw away our hard-earned beef bucks. Nice. And it's a 41 to match from Rascal, but he's out in front thanks to that 80 first visit. And that appears to be 31 from Barboy. No, it's just 21. So only the 1 treble 5. So if you're of legal drinking age, enjoying an adult beverage wherever it is you reside, go ahead and take a drink. 21 is the legal drinking age here in the United States. 40
spill it on your MacBook.
For Rascal. Yeah, don't spill it on your electronics. Just pour it down your gullet.
Wow.
That's the goal of the alcohol. 45 scored from Barboy.
Freaking sitting on the wire.
A couple of darts flirting with it. There's some darts in the 18, dart in the 13. It looks like 85. All said and done. Unorthodox scoring there from Rascal, but it's still effective. That appears to be a better turn from Barboy. Looks like 81 coming in. Gets into the treble game, but Rascal is out in front against the darts. 45 scored from Rascal. It's down to 210. And it's another 41 from Barboy. So Barboy had a huge first 9 in game week 1. Off to a slower start here in this one. There's another 21, so Rascal feeling thirsty. The MacBook probably not feeling so thirsty. But again, take a drink for the 21.
Jeez.
43 now from Barboy. Trying to work his way back in this one, but Rascal still playing from ahead here. That's going to be 41. So Rascal the first to a finish down to 148. Barboy's back at 188. And looks like an 80 from Barboy. Wow, that's 40 as well. Another one that he's got right around that treble, but he can't quite find the range. 45 from Red Rascal gets him down to 103. Barboy requires 148. This time just 30 down to 118. Rascal requires 103. And he's going to score 53. Barboy requires 118. And that appears to be 98. That deflection dangling, but the point looks like it's in the treble 20, so he leaves the Rascal. Rascal's looking to clean up 50. This could be disastrous for Rascal. That looks like a treble 13 with the second. He wanted the 4 for tops. And he's just going to bust it here. Go back to 50, but Barboy is now on a 1-dart finish, looking for the Rascal. Double 10. That one's inside over to double 5. That's inside as well, so not going to be able to convert. What will Barboy elect to do here? And Barboy's going to elect to bust as well. He'll go back to 20. Rascal, his second attempt from 50. It's going to start the same way. It's going to end differently, though. He's got 1 for tops. Just outside goes Rascal. This time getting a look at double. Barboy requires 20.
Wow.
And the third dart well low on the double 5. Heard that a number of times already in this match from Barboy. Just the wow, where you can't believe it's not in. Speaking of can't believe it's not in, those darts are kissing the wires, and it's a bust for Rascal as he missed the double 5 right into the 20s. Barboy now has to clean up 5. And he's going to bust it with the first dart as he missed the 1. Back over to Rascal for 40. Inside to the Rascal. And Rascal will say yes to himself. Game shot and the leg to Red Rascal as he gets on the board here in this one. Getting a break of throw as well. So Rascal coming to the board, trying to get back on throw, make it level at 2. Can he do it? We'll see. Red Rascal to throw first. Game on. Rascal's going to get it started off with a 30 open. Now it looks like 41 from Barboy. 60 scored from Red Rascal. So again, maybe not quite seeing the scoring that we thought we would in this FODL B matchup. That looks like a good visit, though. 1-2-1 from Barboy. That third dart in the corner. Thought it was in the treble 1, but it was a single one. But still, a nice 1-2-1 from him. Red Rascal's looking to respond. He's going to get 81, it appears. Third dart looks right of the 20 wedge, but again, it's a treble in response. Barboy looking to do the exact same thing. Yeah, Barboy back-to-back 1-2-1s as he goes the exact same way. Single 1, and then the right side of the treble 20, and then the left side of the treble 20. Back-to-back 121s. Red Rascal heating up here as well with a 95.
Done.
And the third straight 100-plus visit from Barboy gets him to a finish down to 118 after 12. Just 66 from Rascal, which also leaves a bogey. Unfortunately, Barboy requires 118. It will be off. 55 scored from Barboy to leave 73.
Nah, it was outside the triple 5.
Oh, 45, excuse me. That's just 32 from Red Rascal. It'll be at 137, lurking, but Barboy at 73. Barboy had a dart at tops, almost busted it into the treble, so he's going to have 20 remaining after scoring 53. Red Rascal requires 137. It's going to be off, but it's going to be 83 scored for Red Rascal. Got that treble 19 on the last to leave 54. Barboy looking for double 10.
Nope.
And it's going to be 10 scored from Barboy. So again, can't convert. Rascal missing a big number outside the board. Can't tell about the second dart. Must have barely stayed into the 14, but he goes low on the double 20 attempt, so he'll be back at 20. And Barboy busts with the first, so the double's letting him down once again. Rascal going to get another shot at it himself.
Third dart.
And he'll find it with the third dart. Rascal has converted his namesake twice in the first two legs of 501 to level the match at 2 legs apiece. Game shot in the leg to Red Rascal. Now Barboy looking to find some footing. He's found some good scoring, but the double ring has eluded him. He's back to the board throwing. Game on! Slap a Pappy T80 in the chat says, Rascal so rascal.
45.
Pitts 2 saying that he can't go for both lines. Yep, can't hedge in this one. Got to just pick your horse and ride it. That looks like 61 from Barboy. A lot, again, bunch of close darts on the left side of the screen. 60 solid from Red Rascal. Just 28 in the third visit from Barboy. So opening the door for Rascal to take advantage against the throw. We'll get another solid 60 in there. Again, starting to keep him a little bit straighter. We've seen Barboy some explosive scoring at times. There's another treble for him. This time it's just 66. So can't follow it with a second treble. 55, Rascal finding the speed limit.
I can drive 55.
And work our way down the board. $81 as Barboy gets another one into the treble. And Rascal responds with the treble of his own, 85. So again, keeping pace, doing well. Barboy trying to get to a finish first. And it looks like he's going to do so. How good will that finish be? Back-to-back 81s from Barboy. Gets him down to $1.25, 125. 95 this time from Rascal, finding the treble 5 instead of the single. So he's down to 101. Barboy first shot from 125.
Ah.
And it looks like 65 from Barboy to leave 60. Red Rascal requires 101.
85. Nope, sorry.
52 left.
52 remaining. Hold on, Barboy. What did you hit?
I hit the 65. You're right.
Okay. I was going to say, I was like, I didn't think that was the in there. All right, so there we go. We got 60 remaining for Barboy. Oh, that's dangerously close to the treble, but it looks just above. And he's going to go pop, pop for the finish. This Barboy nearly busts the 60 with the first. It's just high. And he finds the double 20 with the second. Game shot and the leg going to Barboy. A nice, tidy finish. Again, that was some just steady scoring. Outside that 28, there weren't any tons. But other than that 28, there wasn't anything else below 60. Red Rascal coming out. He'll start off with 60 in this 6th leg of the match. Barboy's going to have that, and he'll get started with 30. FODL 2 joining the chat.
Jesus.
All right.
Beer.
And there it is. There's the breakfast for our final match, and it's fitting because we currently have 26 viewers for that 26, which is a breakfast. And as we do here in the FODL, we ask an official breakfast question for the first breakfast of every single match, and this is the 3rd match of our triple header, and it's the 3rd breakfast question of the evening. Yeah, this might be a good one because we've had a lot of conversation about different hot sauces in our little Slack group for the league. So, 27 viewers out there in the chat. You got a breakfast taco, breakfast burrito, something of that ilk. Some sort of festive fiesta breakfast. What's your go-to hot sauce to put on that fiesta breakfast? Let me know. 27 viewers out there. Let me know. There's a 140 from Barboy. Had the sweat. Goes above with the last.
Oof.
And I did see it. I did see it happening, but it was one of those things. Trying not to break the rhythm of my talking in the rhythm of the player's throw. Barboy giving it a good run, but it is a 140. And it looks like he's going to back it up. That might be a 100 in response. No, it's 43. That first dart was a treble 1. Very close. And now it's Rascal coming in with some close darts just above the wire for 45. So Barboy against the darts, trying to be the first to a finish. Oh, and it's a bounce out, which will prevent it. See ya! And it's just 20 scored. Here comes Rascal thundering in with the treble 20. With the pair of treble 20s, a 121 from Red Rascal down to 102. And all of a sudden, he's on a finish first, and he is down there near 100. But here comes Barboy. He's back in the treble. He may have to be careful with this dart. And that might be a 121 response. It is, so Barboy had to be careful to not find another treble to make sure he didn't have the bust 180. And he leaves 59. Rascal from 102.
34.
He's going to score 34. Leaves 68. Barboy requires 59. He's got 2 for tops. Outside, can he make an adjustment?
Oh, terrible.
Oh, and it's pulled low and right into the 120 scored. 39 remaining. Red Rascal requires 68.
Okay.
And that looks like it's going to be 17. Oh, wait, sorry.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah. Barboy requires 39. Doesn't look like Barboy's going to be able to convert this either. And it's a bust, so he found the treble 16. Thought that was just a single, but either way. It's not very good. Red Rascal going to get another shot here. This time he's able to find the big number inside.
Oh.
Oh, no. And the third dart into the single 15 on the last. Red Rascal 46 scored to leave 5. Barboy another shot for 39. This time he finds a single 7, looking for double 16.
Second dart.
And he'll find it with the second pop. Game shot in the leg going to Barboy as he gets another break of throw. So again, a string of 2-leg runs for each player. We've got Barboy leading 4-2. Barboy to throw first. Game on. So let's go to the chat. Let's see if we've got some answers to the breakfast question. And as we go to the chat, the Barboy's going to start it off with a 180. A maximum for Barboy. He's been flirting it with it all night, and he gets one to start off a leg. The 9-dart sweat is on. Screw the breakfast question answers. We'll get to them later. Barboy coming out slinging here in the 7th leg of this one. And it's off. Boo. Everybody boos. And we'll go back to the breakfast question answers. Fireman saying Secret Aardvark. Sock Bappy says Frank's OG. DJ Mike Hughes says Secret Aardvark. Habanero Gringo Bandito Melendez. That's the longest hot sauce name I've ever heard in my entire life. I'm going to say I wouldn't even get it just because that name is ridiculous. Repat 180 says Cholula, plain Olay. And then DJ saying he would mix all three. Okay, so those are three different things. Secret Aardvark, Habanero Gringo, and Bandito Melendez. Okay, so we're missing some punctuation there, which would have helped that sentence. Fireman says he would have busted for the 180. Wait a second. And there is an 80 scored from Barboy. So Barboy, wow. We'll jump back down into this one as Barboy is at 78 after 12. Rascal is a 1-2-1 in this leg. He's got an 81 average. Barboy 106 right now. Barboy is going to score the 38 to leave tops. Rascal trying to apply pressure here from 178. 41 scored. Gets him down to a finish of 137. Barboy 3 clean for 40.
Oh, you hate to see that.
It's inside. On the last, just 20 scored. Barboy says you hate to see it. I'm sure Bud the Chud loves to see it. He's currently sitting with a 17 darter, so the bonus point safe for the time being. 41 scored from Rascal down to 96, so he's under 100 at least. Barboy looking for the Rascal double 10.
Outside.
And it's going to be a miss. No score. Barboy can't quite get over the line yet. Rascal 96.
Wow. 36,
Misses
35.
outside with the last dart. Leaves 61. Barboy looking for 20. And he's going to find the Rascal. Rascal saying yes to his competitor. Game shot and the leg going to Barboy. He's now 3 on the spin. A nice maximum to start. Getting down, had a shot at the 16 darter. Could not convert it. But he's still got the leg win, and he's now up 5-2, securing a match victory. Rascal to throw first. Game on. And there's 41. Everybody loving it, saying the 9 dart was on. 180 bits from Yota JMU for the maximum. Thank you very much. 180 bits from DJ Mike Hughes as well. FO Dart League says, I think next time someone beats me in a match, I'm going to start an ad roll during their interview. That would be hilarious. There's another 1-2-1 from Barboy. All over that treble 20 bed this evening. And again, you know, when we came into this one, we looked at that... we looked at his ton plus and ton 40 percentage. His ton 40 percentage was almost the same as his ton plus percentage. So when he finds one, he's usually finding a pair, and that has been the case tonight. He hasn't thrown a bunch of 100s, but everything that's been 100 has been 120 plus. Almost. He might have thrown 1 ton in there. 1 or 2. 45 scored from Red Rascal. Barboy this time going to drop down a little bit, just a 55, the speed limit. He finds a treble 5 this time. Rascal trying to get it going here, catch up a little bit, but that looks like maybe just 21, so Rascal still thirsty. Take a drink of your alcoholic beverage. If you're of legal drinking age, of course. FO Dart League paying out the beef bucks. DJ Mike Hughes says he's at 0 beef bucks now. Thanks a lot, Rascal. Rascal got bigger things on his mind. There's a 116 from Red Rascal. Utilizing that treble 12 with the third dart. Gets him right back in this leg. Barboy had gotten off to that good start thanks to the 1-2-1. But it's slowed down a little bit from there. That's going to be 57 scored from Barboy to leave 158, so he does get to a finish.
Come on.
Rascal will join with a 43 to leave 160, but Barboy requires 158. And it's off. And it's a yo 11 from Barboy. Rascal requires 160. 83 scored from Red Rascal, gets him down to 77. Barboy requires 147. Can't tell if that's 45 or just 30. It is 45, so Barboy left with 102, but now Rascal out in front requires 77. He finds the treble 18 instead of the single. He's got one dart in hand, though. And it's going to be a bust. He will bust here with that dart into the 7, returning to 77. Barboy requires 102. Like he went after the bullseye with the second dart after he'd hit the single 20 from 82. Not sure where that second dart is. If it's in that shadowy portion of the 15s and the 2s. It must have been a single 15, then found the treble 9 for 62, leaving tops. Red Rascal requires 77. This time he finds the treble 19. A dart right on the wire of the Rascal, but he can't follow it and use it. 57 scored, 20 remaining. Barboy looking for 40. Stack of darts on the wire, building a fortress on the wrong side, and then goes inside with the third. 20 scored. Both players have 20. Rascal 3 darts at it.
How does that slip out your hand?
Bust with the double 15 next door. Frustration dart from him afterwards. Barboy requires 20.
First dart.
And he'll get it with the first game shot. And the leg going to Barboy as he's now up 6-2 over Red Rascal. As again, the Rascal has been... He's been pretty prominent in this match as both players have used the double 10 with great frequency. It's been used 4 times of the 6 legs of 501 that we've played. We're in the final now. Barboy going to start it off, kick the door down with a roadhouse double deuce. Rascal's going to get started with a 45. And it's a 55 speed limit. So Barboy going from the roadhouse to the speed limit. There's another breakfast from Red Rascal. If you didn't answer the breakfast question, 22 viewers. If you are having some sort of breakfast burrito, breakfast taco, something of that ilk, what's your go-to hot sauce to put on that Fiesta breakfast? Pits 2 saying, wow, very rude ending that leg on the Rascal. 40 scored this time from Barboy. That looks like a good third from Red Rascal for 85. And we'll get that one on top. Get it stacked nicely. Barboy just 45, continuing to plug along the scoring. Slow out of the gate here in this last leg for Barboy. 76 here from Red Rascal. He's found a couple of trebles now in those last couple of visits, utilizing that treble 12. Speaking of trebles, Barboy back in it. That looks like another 140 from Barboy. So again, he found the first dart in the treble 20, which means you were just waiting for another one to go in, and it was the second dart, so the 180 sweat was on again, and he sails it high, but still a 140 puts him in front in this leg. Got off to a slow start, but right back into it with a big 2 treble visit. Backing it up with 41 to leave 158. He's on a finish first. Red Rascal's going to join him. He's got that first dart in the trouble. 85 scored from Red Rascal. Gets down to 124. Barboy first shot. First look, 158.
Uh,
45 scored from Barboy. Leaves 113. Red Rascal requires 124. It will be off as well. Just trying to keep out in front now. 25 scored from Red.
That's for the Grim eye rolls.
He did it for the eye rolls, he says. Well, he's probably going to earn some with that. Barboy requires 113. He also will not convert here. He's trying to do his math here for his final dart.
Nope.
And he misses low. Going to leave himself 82 after 31 scored. Rascal coming in. He's going to score 69 there. We'll leave 30. Barboy looking for 82. That dart looks like it's just on the wrong side of the 2, so couldn't find the big 17, but he does find the big 15. 42 scored to leave tops. Red Rascal, number 30. Inside on the 15. Finds the 3, wants double 6.
Wow.
Inside on double 6. 6 remaining after 24 scored. Barboy requires tops. Inside to the Rascal. Can he use the marker?
Ooh, bust.
That's a bust just below into the double 15. Back to 40. Barboy goes. Rascal requires 6. And he'll find it with the second dart. Game shot and the leg to Red Rascal, salvaging it 6-3, able to pick off this final leg, get 2 more points towards his showing on the standings for Red Rascal. We'll move to the interview portion of this one. We'll go over to Rascal first. So Rascal, obviously things not turning out the way you wanted them this evening. Had a couple things outside the dart game that may have affected a little bit of the focus, especially early on with the computer being knocked over, trying to save it with the scotch, and then realizing that scotch doesn't save computers, so trying to save the computer from the scotch. There's a lot of saving going on early. Talk to us about how that might have affected your rhythm early and how you were looking to recover.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be a game against the McDougal if the camera wasn't a situation, huh? No, I'm just kidding. Scott's camera is always great. Today it was on the wrong axes, and so I turned my laptop sideways on the counter next to my scotch to be able to view his board. And unfortunately, when I came to the board one time, I tripped over the cord and pulled the board and the MacBook off. I've got a huge crack in my MacBook, and I've got scotch all in it. So needless to say, darts tonight was not the least of my worries. So I kind of rallied back, and I was in. I mean, even with this going on, I was in every leg. I mean, if he didn't dominate on the bulls like he did in cricket, I might have had a chance. And then just high scoring in 5-1 kept him in it, and I stole a couple legs with some bad doubles on his part. But really, I mean, I think this is just the upward trajectory of Barboy, and I will not be surprised to see him at the top of B this season and possibly going into A. I mean, if he can keep scoring like he's doing, putting 2 darts into the treble every turn, then sky's the limit for him. So kudos to him. It was a great match. It's a lot of fun to play him. I really enjoy playing him. And I felt like a lot of times when he did put trebles in, I could kind of rise back and put a treble in. But ultimately, I think I just got a little shook at the beginning of the match and couldn't quite get right back on the even level. But it would have taken my best match ever to play par with him tonight. I mean, I think the doubles were really the difference and the only reason that I got 3 legs.
Yeah, I mean, you were in it and continued to battle, and we know that you're never one to give up in a leg of darts. You've talked about how you've had that mental reset, probably about 3 or 4 seasons now, where you want everybody to throw well against you because it brings your game up, and we saw that a little bit where he was pounding scores, you were responding a little bit, but it's hard to keep up with a 2 treble visit when you're getting an 85. it's hard work and keeping to grind in it, but you kept in it and were able to steal a couple on the doubles. And, you've talked about how we always referred to double 10 as the Rascal because it used to be your favorite, but you've talked about how you've been struggling on it. Tonight you were able to get 2 of the 3, I think, on the Rascal. So talk to us about maybe a little bit more friendly relationship with yourself on the board.
Yeah, the key to making a double that's named after you do well is to drop thousands of dollars on a charity in that, and then you'll never miss because you practically legitimately own it. I mean, honestly, it seems like since the quarantine cup, I've been hitting Rascals left and right, and so after the first 2 went in, I was like, man, if I get a chance to hit a Rascal every out, I'm going to just to reclaim it. But I missed the one. I legitimately had a dart slip out of my hand that went into the 15. That the first dart was a perfect marker, and the second one just went into 15. So, other than that, I think I would have had a good shot at it. But it was going well. Unfortunately, it was also going well for Scott. I think he checked out on it twice. So, kind of a dick move on his part after making me spill my scotch on my computer. But I would have done the same. So I don't blame him.
Looking forward into next week, Rascal, looking to get back on it. You're going to have Toaster on the schedule. What are you looking forward to out of that match?
Talking shit on Mullets and, telling him why did he invite Sweats to the league, and that's about it. I've also got Cali Kid Thursday night for our floating game week. So, I'm going to have to get my shit together or else it's going to be bottom of the table for Rascal early. But, it's kind of I tried to do some things to my grip in the off season, and I honestly tonight felt like I was kind of getting some results, outside of the early drama that I put on myself for being an idiot and putting a laptop on its side. I think I might have done a lot better tonight, but you got to be in it. You got to be focused, and kudos to Scott. I think he was the more focused guy tonight. So shout out to Barboy for doing that. And again, I think his result last week was an anomaly, and I think, even talking with Bud after the match, I think he said he had 5 140s. So I think if Barboy can get the doubles down, he's going to be lethal.
He certainly will if he continues to score at his rate. There's a flash poll going on in the chat right now. It's, do you think Rascal is Apple Care?
I swear to God, Eric Surgeon told me to get it, and I asked 2 other people, and you don't need it. And so, shout out to Surgeon. I should have listened to you. And right now, not gonna lie.
Well, Rascal, again, not the result you wanted. Some outside factors, maybe taking some focus away, but was still able to recover and get 3. Good luck the rest of the way, and we'll talk to you a little bit later.
Thanks, Rob. No matter what, man. I think 3 legs against Barboy is going to be a strong result for anybody this season. Anytime I can get cast by the best caster in FODL with playing a quality opponent like Barboy, it's a fun night. So thanks to you guys both for being such awesome, fun guys to throw with and cast with.
I appreciate you saying all those nice lies about me. We're going to go over to Barboy, who was the victor in this one, coming out 6-3. And Barboy, Cricket was some good battling there, but once you got beyond that, 501, the scoring was on point, although early, where you swept Cricket. He got the first 2 legs of 501 to level it at 2, and it was looking like the similar thing that happened in your first week match where you were scoring and couldn't double. Was that going through your head after he got that second leg of 501 to level the match of, oh no, how can this happen again?
Yeah, so first things first, in honor of Rascal and his computer, I'm going to go ahead and pop the top just so that, it's even.
Oh my. FODL after dark indeed.
Oh, somebody screenshot. Somebody clip this. Our bodies are pretty much identical, Scott. We have the exact same physique.
Same thing. So, it was definitely going through my head. In practice, I've been working on consistency of my form. So basically the last 3 seasons, any other throw was a completely different form on the arm. And so this season, the off season, I was practicing kind of just staying really steady and consistent with my arm, which is why going for 20s and some of the initial darts I'm really strong on, and then I get to the doubles and my arm still goes a bit flimsy on it. So if I can get that under control, I think I'm going to be dangerous this season, but I'm definitely feeling much better on the standard throw in 501, and I think the scoring's kind of shown that.
Yeah, again, I mean, scoring, once again, I was talking about it a little bit during that match where, not a ton of maybe 100 scores, but it seemed like every time you found a treble, you were finding two. And if you can put that together, I mean, and work with a bunch of 60s and 120s, that's going to average out to some pretty good scoring. And two treble visits in this league when most players, especially in the FODL B, I would say, are in the upper 40s, low 50 averages. Two treble visits put a lot of pressure on your opponents. So how much of an advantage do you think that gives you right now in the early goings where that's been your calling card and everyone's looking like, oh, I got to watch out for that guy?
Yeah, I think my first 3 months of throwing darts, I hit 180. I hit 3 of them today, a couple in practice and then 1 in the match. So, I mean, obviously, if I score well, that's only half the game. I got to double well as well. So, hats off to Rascal. He was in almost every single leg despite my scoring. And if the bowls didn't go my way, or if I had, stayed a little bit more like my doubling against Bud, he would have been easily flat on this match, or maybe he would have even won it. So, it's one of those things I got to work on. Again, I think my throw is getting more consistent, but if I can get the doubling up there, I'm going to be pretty happy. Still very happy to be in B. I have no business in A, and with a baby on the way, don't need that pressure. So, in B is a good spot.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that. So, again, I don't know. I'm not sure if you've had a 180 on cast before or not, or if this was your first 180 on cast, but 180 in a match tonight, and not only did you have the 180 in the match tonight, it was the first throw. So the 9-dart sweat was on. Is that the first time you've had the 9-dart sweat after 3, or have you had a couple other legs where you've gotten there, or how far into it have you gotten? And was that after you got that, were you starting to get a little excited about it?
Yeah, so I've gotten 1 into it before, so this was a bit better than getting 1 into it. So I got 3 into it, and frankly, the next 2 darts were right into the triple 1, and then I threw a triple 20. So it was 6 pretty good darts. And yeah, of course I was getting nervous. There's no way if I had happened to go 4 or 5 into it, the next dart would have been like off the board. There was just no. So, I'll take the 3 into it and be really happy. It was a good match. I had fun. And I will say, I'll give it to this. In the playoff match against Rascal, I got really frustrated. And he said, his mentality was to stay positive, and that even though he was down early, he stayed positive. And that's kind of how I was tonight with my doubles, where the first couple legs I really wasn't doubling, but the scoring was there. And I was like, you know what? Have fun, stay positive, and then I won a couple, so it was good.
Well, Barboy.
The only problem you can have, if you get negative, you screw yourself no matter what. But I meant in every match except for against me, Scott.
Well, Barboy, looking forward into the Magic 8 Ball of Gameweek 3. You have Radar.
Oh, shit.
On the docket. That's me, by the way. So, what are you looking forward to out of that match outside of the guaranteed win?
I don't know. I saw you week 1, and I'm pretty sure our matches would easily go 1-8 or 8-1. I think depending on who's throwing well this week. I think we both have the capability to throw in the high 50s. We also have the capability to throw in the low 40s. So it just depends on which Radar and which Barboy show up. And then it's going to be a good match. I mean, I would expect probably a solid 5-4 finish.
Couldn't have said it better myself, and we will see who will show up. So good luck the rest of the way, except for next week, obviously. But congratulations on the victory. Barboy, always a pleasure. We'll talk to you next time.
Great. And a great match, Red Rascal. Really appreciated it, man.
Hey, dude. Good luck the rest of the season. You're going to dominate, especially next week. The guy can't throw for shit.
Agree.